Welcome back to the O.Co Coliseum. Greg Papa, Tom Flores, and Jim Plunkett on our radio and TV simulcast. When this guy was known as the Mad Bomber, it was known as the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. The great Darryl LaMonica, number 3, lighting Al Davis's torch just moments ago, an honor that both of you had. Plunk, you had it back in 2011, and Tom, you had it last year. A great honor for a great man, the great Darryl LaMonica. Here are the keys to the game, brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Tom, you'd like to get a little offensive rhythm with the new look Raider quarterbacks and running game. You want to heat up certainly Tony Romo tonight. He will play maybe as long as one quarter, Tony Romo. And there are 60 new players on this 90-man roster, so a lot of youngins to evaluate tonight.
Well, a lot of young ones to evaluate, and as it is every first preseason game, there's always young ones to evaluate. The veterans play very little. But this year, a little bit more important this year because there are a lot of spaces to fill.
Still the youngest head coach in the NFL by 6 months younger than the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is Dennis Allen. For Jason Garrett, Plunk, his 3rd full year as the Cowboy quarterback, but a bit of a change. For the first time since 2007, he will not call plays. That distinction will go to the former Raider head coach, Bill Callahan.
And Bill Callahan is very good at doing that, calling plays, setting up the offense for play action. He likes to run the football. He's an offensive-minded kind of guy. He was the offensive line coach for a number of years here as well. So he's trying to get that running game going in particular. They weren't very good at running the football a year ago.
You think Super Bowl 37 comes up in their meeting rooms? They have Bill Callahan as their offensive coordinator and Monty Kiffin as the defensive coordinator. Ran Tampa's defense and beat the Raiders in San Diego in Super Bowl 37. Dan Bailey will kick off for the Cowboys. The Raiders won the toss and they elect to receive. And we're going to get our first look at one of the most electrifying kickoff returners in the history of pro football, Josh Cribbs. 8 kickoff returns for touchdowns in his career, tied with Leon Washington for the most in NFL history. He has a bit of a bad knee. We'll see what kind of burst he has, but this guy is a former all-pro return man. Well, it's good to be back in the O.Co Coliseum. Hope you enjoy it on our radio and TV simulcast. The Cowboys and the Raiders. Good kickoff by Bailey, a strong leg, and Cribbs will catch it, and he's going to stay in. Rashad Jennings says, stay right there. Let's go 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Like that number, Tom. That 15 looks good.
Yeah.
You wore that number.
I wore that number. I hope he does a good job with the number. Of course,
hope he lives up to it, Tom?
I hope he lives. I didn't say that.
Matt Flynn is the new Raider quarterback. The Raiders traded Carson Palmer to Arizona on April the 1st. They traded for Matt Flynn. Only 2 NFL starts in his 4 years in Green Bay, and last year back up to Seattle. So his first real chance to run an offense here. 1st and 10, Raiders on the 20, a double shift. The tight end Gordon moves left along with the fullback / tight end Marcel Reese. The lone back is McFadden. Now they move Reese into a true eye. A lot of pre-snap shifting. Flynn, they give to McFadden up the middle, hit behind the line and spun around and dropped. And it was DeMarcus Ware who got the edge there on Jared Valdir and made the tackle. Here's the Raider offensive line. It'll be Jared Valdir at left tackle. It'll be Tony Bergstrom at left guard. The Raider backs are McFadden and Reese in the backfield, along with Denarius Moore and Rod Streeter. And Gordon is the tight end with Valdir and Bergstrom on the left side. Stephen Wisniewski at center. Mike Brizell at right guard. And Khalif Barnes will start at right tackle. McFadden got spun around and picked up only a yard on 1st down. Now they go bunch formation left. Denarius Moore is right. Flynn a short drop, a dump off to McFadden right flat. Runs around Barry Church and runs out near a Raider 1st down. Now you said it, Tom. They want to get McFadden's hands on the ball, running it and catching it in the flat. Here's the Cowboys' new look defense, a 4-3 run by Monty Kiffin, Bass Hayden, and Hatcher, along with the 7-time Pro Bowler DeMarcus Ware. Sean Lee, a tear in the middle, flanked by Bruce Carter and Justin Durant. And the corners are very strong. Brandon Carr will start. Morris Claiborne is not going to play tonight, so Skandrick, their nickelback, will start, and the safeties are Church and Will Allen. Well, it's a 3rd down and 1 for Matt Flynn and the Raiders here. They go into an offset eye now. Jamaze Alawale is in at fullback. They give it to him on the dive, and he got hit at the line, but he may have pushed forward for a Raider 1st down. I think he did.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like the way the official on the sideline is he's putting his foot down. It is the 1st down.
And that's the other thing the Raiders have to get better at, converting 1st downs in short yardage situations.
James Alawale, a good lead blocking compliment to Marcel Reese, who was Pro Football's most versatile fullback and a Pro Bowler last year for Dennis Allen. So a first down for the Raiders. Matt Flynn now goes under center and Stefan Wisniewski. It's a slot left. Jerron Kreiner inside of Rod Streeter. Now they flex Streeter out a bit wider, and Denarius Moore is singled up on Brandon Carr. There's a blitz. Raiders pick it up. No, Flynn got hit. It's a fumble, a loose ball, and it's free on the Raider 15-yard line. They're battling for it, and the Cowboys have recovered the fumble. Jason Hatcher recovers the fumble. They picked up the outside blitz guy, Tom. They fanned out, but they left the middle open for the big hit on the blind side. It was Sean Lee who got the hit, and Hatcher recovers the fumble.
Yeah, they came from the outside with the safety and picked him up nicely, but Sean Lee came late on what they call a green dog. His man was blocking, so he didn't have to cover anybody, so he kept coming.
Sean Lee, one of the great playmaking linebackers in football, appears headed to stardom if he can just stay healthy. Hatcher and Jason Garrett celebrate the turnover on the Cowboys sideline. They did not force nearly enough turnovers last year when Ron Ryan was their defensive coordinator. A big reason, Jim, was that Lee was injured. He only played 6 games last year with a toe injury. When healthy, he is a playmaker.
Yeah, he certainly is. You saw right there, he read the blocking scheme perfectly, came underneath and made the sack.
Now Tony Romo at quarterback with DeMarco Murray, the lone back. They have a slot formation right. There's a stretch handoff to Murray, gets the edge. Witten, a good block, a hold though on Witten. Murray splits the sideline, but Jason Witten's going to be called for a hold on C.O. Moore. Here's Bill Vinovich.
Holding. Offense number 82. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Tony Romo, the Cowboy quarterback, received that massive contract in the offseason. 6 years, $108 million with a $55 million guaranteed and a $25 million signing bonus, Tom. Quite a story. Undrafted into the NFL, a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to give a guy. And I don't have any comment on the numbers that they give.
I do.
And and Jim, you can't say anything.
You were simply born 40 years too early.
I was born a little early. I told my mom to hold off. But.
First and 20. That would have been a long labor day. First and 20 back on the 26. Romo in the shotgun. Des Bryant is out wide left, watched by Tracy Porter. Here's a blitz by the Raiders and a dump out to Murray in the ground as they activated Kevin Burnett on the blitz there, and it was tipped by Jack Crawford. Cowboy offensive line, Tyron Smith, the left tackle, is their best. DeMarco Murray and the electrifying Des Bryant is the wide receiver. They have 3 wide receivers, no tight ends on this team, and it's Tyron Smith at left tackle with Ronald Leary. The left guard, Bernardo, will make the start on the line at right guard, and Travis Frederick is their rookie round 1 pick out of Wisconsin at center. Second and 20 for the Cowboys. They go slot right. Miles Austin is in the slot, and Des Bryant is out left. Romo out of the gun. Plenty of time. Romo in the pocket. Now steps up and takes a sack from C.O. Moore. The rookie out of UConn with a big moment as he sacks Tony Romo.
Yeah, great coverage down the field, Jim. There was just nowhere to go with the ball. He had good protection, but that's what you would call a sack, coverage sack.
Oh, absolutely, and I think we didn't see a lot of that last year. Quarterback had that much time to throw. He was usually going to find somebody open. This time, though, they did a great job, as you said, in covering those receivers down the field.
Raider defense really responding after the fumble, the hold on Jason Witten, a tip pass, and now a 5-yard sack. And Dallas is back on the Raider 31-yard line. 3rd and 25. And now a pre-snap penalty, a timeout called by the Cowboys. As the clock was getting down, Bill Vinovich gave him the timeout just in time.
First charge timeout. Dallas.
Little different mechanics with Bill Callahan calling the plays upstairs down to Wade Wilson and then into Tony Romo. Big 3rd down when we come back to Oakland on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. 3rd-round draft pick C.O. Moore, the only Raider rookie to start this first preseason game. Here's the Raider front 4, the veteran Andre Carter, Stacy McGee, Christo Bilakidi, and Jason Hunter. Nick Roach, the middle linebacker, flanked by Moore and Kevin Burnett. Tracy Porter and Mike Jenkins. The new corners, DJ Hayden not playing tonight, and these safeties are Charles Woodson and Tyvon Branch. 3rd and 25, Dallas. Back on the Raider 31. Tony Romo in the shotgun. Slot right. Des Bryant singled left. Romo a pump and a throw out right and a catch by Miles Austin. They rally up and tackle him. Ocelio Hansen will. And Mike Jenkins, the former Cowboy, well shy of the first down. So a nice defensive stand, Flunk, by the Raiders after the fumble.
Yeah, it certainly was. The Cowboys played very conservatively, just tried to get a little bit closer for the field goal attempt.
Ocelio Hansen playing as the Raider nickelback tonight. DJ Hayden not able to play. Hansen played a lot of slot corner for the Raiders last year. Here's Dan Bailey. Very good first couple of years in the NFL with the Cowboys. This will be a 38-yard field goal. Chris Jones, the punter, will hold. Almost got that block from the side, but it is good, and Bailey cashes in 3. But Dallas took over in the red zone following the Matt Flynn fumble, so the Raider defense certainly held. Cowboys 3, Raiders nothing. 10:51 to go in the opening quarter. This is the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Football's fabulous females entertaining here at the O.co. Greg Papa, Jim Plunkett, Tom Flores upstairs. JT is downstairs. Well, the Raider defense certainly responding after the fumble there by Matt Flynn on the first series. And we'll see the kickoff again from Dan Bailey, and we'll see what Josh Cribbs can do. But Bailey has a very strong leg. And he hit the first one 9 yards deep in the end zone. This one a little shorter. Cribbs coming out. Rashad Jennings out to block. Cribbs 10, 15, didn't quite make the 20, but he is out to around the 17-yard line as we check in with JT downstairs.
Greg, before the game, as we talked to defensive coordinator Jason Tarver, he must have told us both 10 times the word activate. He uses that term to say that he will reward defensive players if they make plays. This year on the Raider defense, if you get sacks and make plays, he will activate you again and again. It's a reward system. And Greg, I even heard you say it already in the broadcast.
Activate means blitz. He's sending somebody from the second and third level. The Raiders activated 39% of the time. 39% of defensive snaps last year they blitzed. That was the 5th in the NFL. Boy, Tarver's got a lot of energy. There's the inside handoff on 1st and 10 off the left side, and a short gain there. As the plan is for Darren McFadden to play for a couple of plays, 6 or 8 plays, and then get him out of there. So the Raiders went for the first down, then fumbled. We'll see if McFadden gets another carry or not. They are going to take Marcel Reese off the field. McFadden will stay in there. 2nd down and 7 Raiders on their 21-yard line. Alawale, the lead blocker, offset to the right. Rod Streeter's out right, and Denarius Moore left. Give to McFadden up the middle. He got turned around and spun down and didn't get much. Ernie Sims, the former Detroit Lion, in on the tackle. So they're trying to run downhill in this power scheme, Tom, and the Cowboy front has been stout so far. Yeah,
they've not able to get any bodies on those linebackers, and the line doing a good job of engaging and keeping the line, any lineman from sliding off.
Hopefully they can break through that initial line of contact, because they're running the Tampa 2 defense that Monty Kiffin's known for, and the middle is wide open if you can break the line of scrimmage.
Tony Bergstrom starting at left guard tonight over Lucas Nix, who's been bothered by a knee throughout camp. Cowboys show blitz. Here they come. Scandrick and Lee. Flynn throws. Caught. First down to Denarius Moore at 35. And he's dropped shy of the 40-yard line by Barry Church. That time they brought the secondary member and a linebacker, and they walled it off, and Flynn hits Moore for 17 yards.
Yeah, the protection was perfect. The Raiders picked it up perfectly, and Matt Flynn stepped up in the pocket and delivered the ball right on target. Nice route by Moore on the little in cut, and a nice job running the ball.
I mean, that was well executed by everybody. Obviously, the offensive line and the backs picked up the blitz, and Matt Flynn stood in there and delivered the ball right on the money.
Denarius Moore had 51 catches last year, but he really fell to the wayside the last 7 games of the year. The Raider coaching staff has been challenging him throughout camp to be more consistent. Flynn, a handoff to Rashad Jennings, the former Jacksonville Jaguar, is going to be the backup running back to Darren McFadden. And he certainly is bigger than Run DMC, Tom, but he's got some burst as well.
Yeah, it's got some burst size. Looks very good, when he runs the ball, when he has it in his hands. So it's kind of fun to watch him because he's not a little guy at all.
I remember a run he had in Jacksonville against the Raiders back late in the 2010 season. He went 74 yards for a touchdown, and it cost the Raiders a game. Rashad Jennings at 6'1", 231 pounds. They're going to flex him out here, put him on the line. 2nd and 6 Raiders on their 43. Matt Flynn sends Moore in motion, stacks him behind Streeter left. Flynn looks. Jennings is open. Flynn's going to run, though. And he'll slide down. They'll be shy of the first down as Sean Lee was right there, the middle backer, to make him slide. It'll bring up a third down and short, Plunk.
You know, I was talking to one of the coaches, too, and Matt Flynn does that very well. He doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed, but he makes a decision. He takes off, and you don't catch him very much. He takes off and sees a hole, tries to pick up the first down. Very well done.
His eyes were on the left side of the field, Coach, but he had Rashad Jennings a little check down over the middle if he looked to his right.
Yeah, he did, but I think all of a sudden there was a lot of traffic around him, so he just he did the wise thing, just tucking the ball and getting what he can get.
Remember, this quarterback has not played a lot, just 2 starts in Green Bay, backing up Aaron Rodgers in 4 years. Flynn throws high, pulled down by Streeter, first down. He's tackled by D.W. Webb. But it is a Raider first down across midfield to Rod Streeter, with a very impressive rookie year last year as a undrafted rookie.
Yeah, he had 39 catches, 584 yards. Great start for the young man, Rod Streeter.
Raiders have converted their first 3 third downs tonight. So Dennis Allen, we talked about getting rhythm on offense. You take away the strip sack by Matt Flynn, which is hard to do inside your red zone. But other than that, the Raider offense has found rhythm. There's Marcel Reese sliding to the left ahead of Jennings. Play action. Steps up in the pocket. Check down to Reese. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another and dives out to Dallas's 42-yard line. The Pro Bowl fullback, Marcel Reese.
Yeah, you can't not help but like Marcel Reese. All the things he can do. He's so versatile. He can be a wideout, a fullback. He can check down. Does a lot of good things.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where you put him. And the Raiders going with a hurry-up offense, getting on the line of scrimmage right away.
It's something they talked about doing tonight if they had a big play, was jumping into a no-huddle. 2nd and 2. Quick handoff to Jennings up the middle. And he'll power for a first down. He was stacked up about a yard shy of the sticks, but he just dropped the shoulder and powered ahead. He's going to be a very good third down and 1 short yardage goal line type runner for this team.
He certainly looks that way. He does have a lot of power, a lot of strength behind in those legs of his, and he can run inside those tackles extremely well.
Going to be kind of the compliment the Raiders had a couple of years ago with Michael Bushtown, kind of a bigger, powerful back in concert with Darren McFadden.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
But also can go the distance, which is great.
1st and 10 Raiders on Dallas's 38, right in the second base position on this dirt baseball infield, the home of the A's. Jennings got hit by Barry Church, the safety, who stepped up, and Jennings did not get a lot.
But I don't know if Chase was coming on a blitz or he just read it extremely well, but he was a strong safety, came up and made the stop with a yard or 2 gain. Great play.
Got a good look on the TV side of our simulcast, Tom, of the new blocking scheme. You're not going to see the linemen moving laterally now. You're going to see a lot of guards pulling and just guys coming straight ahead. Their first step is going to be downhill. 2nd and 8 Raiders on the 36. Jennings finds a crease and able to push across the 35, and he's down to the Dallas 33-yard line.
Yeah, Tony Sperano in practice, there's no ifs, ands, or buts when he's out there coaching. He tells you what to do, and you had better do it, because he's a hard-nosed coach.
And it's his 30th year in coaching, including 9 combined as a head coach. He was the Jets offensive coordinator a year ago and did great work with the Miami Dolphins. But he's back to his roots, Jim. He was the O-line coach of the Dallas Cowboys when he had those great offensive lines. 3rd and 5. 11th play of the drive for the Raiders on Dallas's 33. There's Flynn out of the shotgun. Over the middle, caught, and then broken up, incomplete. Streeter would have had the catch shy of the first down. A big hit there by Sean Lee, the middle backer, and that forced the incomplete. And we're going to see Sebastian Janikowski try a lengthy field goal.
Well, off the dirt as well.
That's nothing new, is it?
No.
It is not.
61 yards off the dirt. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 51 yards. No. Where are we?
51.
51, yeah, sorry.
This will be a 51-yarder. Just got a new contract, a 4-year deal for Seabass. Chris Pluy, the new punter, will hold. And, of course, John Congo will long snap. He got a 3-year deal as well. Seabass has the distance, and Seabass has got it right down the middle.
Eugene.
Is he the best?
Yeah, he is.
The all-time leading scorer in Raider history, and when he's done, he may play more games in silver and black than anybody. Janikowski from 51 ties it at 3 on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. There was the great Al Davis, who used a first-round draft pick and a kicker back in 2000. Just the 5th kicker ever drafted in the first round. And Seabass from 51 completes our Raiders scoring drive. Brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local Dodge dealer today. 12 plays, 49 yards, 6:49 off the clock. Seabass in the regular season's made 42 field goals of 50 or more. The all-time record is 52 by Jason Hansen. He may get that record. Raider coverage team very strong there in the kickoff return of Dwayne Harris, a backup wide receiver, and the Cowboys will begin this drive inside their 20-yard line. We have 3:55 to play in the opening quarter. A Dan Bailey field goal and a Janikowski 51-yarder, and we are tied at 3 on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Greg Papa, Jim Plunkett, Tom Flores in the booth, and JT downstairs. JT.
Thank you, Greg. I talked to Raiders owner Mark Davis before the game, and he was disappointed that the Raiders are still playing on a baseball infield. He actually called it a travesty. Think about this. One of the most storied franchises in NFL history, and they're still playing on a baseball infield. Back to you, Greg.
Yeah, it's been that way. They're the only team in the NFL since the Twins have a new baseball stadium, and the Marlins have one as well. The Raiders are the only team forced to play in a dual-purpose stadium. This is also the home of the A's. Tony Romo throws out right. It is caught for the first down out to around the 30-yard line. Nicely done by Tony Romo as he finds the big target, Dez Bryant. Working against his former teammate, Mike Jenkins, who was a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, he's a load. You know, he's a big guy, and he ran in just a simple hook, but he kind of out-muscled himself to get open. He muscled himself to get open that time.
What a year he had last year. 92 catches, nearly 1,400 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Had a huge second half. And he is 6'2", 2 1/4. Here's the handoff to Murray. And Marco Murray on the cut on the dirt baseball infield. It's so tough for the players to acclimate as they will play. And the A's are having a good year. You may have to play certainly through September, maybe deep into October, November on the dirt baseball infield. As you all know, the Raiders' lease here at the Coliseum expires at the end of this coming year. And Mark Davis and Mark Bedane, the Raiders CFO, have been in contact with the city and the county here for the last 5 years trying to get a new stadium. They've been working intensely for the last 18 months, and hopefully we can find out a way to get the Raiders a new stadium and keep them here where they belong in Oakland. Here's Romo back, a blitz by Branch, a throw to Miles Austin for a Cowboy first down. They blitzed Tyvon Branch. That left the slot corner Plunk one-on-one with Miles Austin, and Austin picks up 11.
Yeah, it's really hard to blitz Tony Romo, consistently because he's so sharp. He gets rid of the ball. It's either a side adjustment or a quick read by the quarterback on where to go when he sees that safety coming. So you got to get to him or else he's going to hurt you.
Oakland Raiders football brought to you in part by Samuel Adams for the love of beer. Romo 3 for his first 4 for 36 yards. Pump fake, slant to Bryant. He got inside on Porter, and Desmond Bryant runs all the way inside the Raider 30-yard line, and he knocks his former teammate Mike Jenkins' helmet off, and they got something to say to each other. What a pump fake that was. They faked the smoke route to Bryant, and then they ran the quick, or he pumped it to get around Andre Carter's what he did, Coach, and then he hit Bryant on the slant. Nice play by Romo.
Yeah, Carter was actually untouched, and he faked him out with a pump, and then it was a clear sailing from then on.
I don't think that was design play.
No, I don't think so.
That's Romo being Romo.
Right.
Got great ball skills. False start. Romo had a tough time getting the center exchange.
Ball start. Offense. Number 84. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's James Hanna, one of the 6 tight ends they have on the Cowboy roster. They have 6 tight ends. So do the Raiders going to camp, but
right.
they may keep 4 or 5. They don't have a fullback on their roster.
No, they got, they'll play the fullback the tight end as a fullback, or the, in old terms, the H-back, I guess.
Didn't the Moose play for them? How could they not have a fullback in Dallas?
That's right.
Dan Reeves, Moose Johnston. First and 15 back on the Raider 32. Miles Austin goes in motion, watched by Jenkins. They fake the handoff to Murray. Pressure, Romo throws, caught. First down, right at the sticks. Where that Dez Bryant just waddles up the football, and now he and Usama Young are getting into it. Dez Bryant, who is a volatile young guy, a great talent, but he is talking to everybody in black.
Yeah, he likes to talk. He likes to hear himself talk. He's a big, I call a power receiver that knows how to get open and also knows how to open his mouth.
Now, Randy Moss really began the trend of the big angular receiver, Jim, but with Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, you're talking about tall, and Des Bryant, tall and powerful receivers.
Yeah, extremely so.
There's a stretch handoff to Murray off the left side on the 1st and 10, and he will push down to the 13-yard line. DeMarco Murray was injured last year and was held down to only 660 yards on the year. The Cowboys had their worst rushing attack in team history a year ago. They averaged under 80 yards a game. I think that's a big reason why Bill Callahan is the play caller now. He likes to run the football.
Yeah, he likes to run the football, likes to play action, and as we end this quarter, but he's a former quarterback too, which is unusual that he doesn't like to throw the ball.
And Jason Garrett, now the head coach, a walk-around head coach as they call it. So he played one quarter. Janikowski a field goal from 51, Dan Bailey a field goal, and we are tied at 3 after one quarter at the O.co. This is the Oakland Raiders Broadcasting Network. We're at the one quarter down. It's time for our Geico 15-minute review. What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? It means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. They're here at the O.co Coliseum on this Friday night. Raiders will be in New Orleans next Friday, then home for the Chicago Bears in the critical third week of the preseason. They will open the season in Indianapolis and open the home schedule here on September the 15th against Maurice Jones-Drew and the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2nd and 7 Cowboys. Romo still in the quarterback from the Raider 14-yard line. Takes the snap. Murray left flat. Doesn't go there. Too much time. No pass rush at all. He throws for the end zone. He overthrew Witten. Incomplete. Great coverage there because Romo had an eternity to look over the defense.
That's the second time he's had that kind of time to get rid of the football, yet the coverage has been so terrific, and they're probably concentrating a little bit more on Des Bryant after the several catches he's made in that first quarter, and they're covering him like a blanket, as they say, and well done by the Raiders secondary and linebackers.
Yeah, especially Tyvon Branch, Jim. Des Bryant came on a kind of delay, waiting for that zone to clear out, and Branch jumped on him and stayed with him the whole time.
Celio Hansen also picked him up, Tom, and Celio's only 5'9". Raiders activate a couple. Here comes a blitz, a flag. 2 flags in. It's a false start on the Cowboys pre-snap. Here's Bill Vinovich.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
It's on Ronald Leary, undrafted rookie free agent out of Memphis, starting at left guard as the Raiders were showing blitz. And he just kind of moved a little pre-snap.
Yeah, the Cowboys are also playing that center. Their number 1 draft choice rookie out of Wisconsin, and that's an important position. Obviously, that's why they drafted him, so he played.
It's Travis Frederick, who they traded back from 18 to take him with the 31st pick in the first round. He may be their center. They may move him to guard. 3rd and 12. Raiders rush 4, drop 7. Romo scrambles around. And I throws left flat. Down the sideline is Murray. And is pushed out by Chimdi Chekwa. I believe shy of the first down. Will be shy at around the 8-yard line. And the Cowboys will bring in Dan Bailey for a field goal. So again, the Raider red zone defense holds the Cowboys out of the end zone, Plunk, for a second time.
They certainly do. I mean, good coverage, yet Tony Romo's having a little bit too much time to get rid of the football. And he's making plays, and that's what Tony Romo does, as Coach Flores said. He's the guy, you trap him, he gets out of trouble, he finds somebody down the field, and comes up with a big play.
Dan Bailey made a 38-yarder earlier. This will be a 26-yarder at a tremendous rookie year, 32 at 37. Even better last year, it got blocked. It got blocked, a returnable ball, and the Raiders will try to run it back here with Nick Roach plucking the ball. The flag is also down. There may be a horse collar there. At the end of the play, the Raiders blocked Dan Bailey's field goal attempt right in the middle of the line.
Yeah, I think that there's a new rule this year, and that might have been part of the rule. We'll have to watch the replay, but somebody might have peeled back on the kicker.
Here's Bill Vinovich with the flag.
During the return, illegal block in the back.
Oh, nope.
Receiving team number 96. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Oakland keeps the ball. First down.
Well, you got it exactly right, Tom. So they block it in the middle, and Nick Roach, the middle linebacker, comes up with the takeaway. There is a flag, and the Raiders will begin this drive on their 14-yard line. Billikidi with the block. Who got that in the middle? I think it was Tyvon Branch who blocked it right in the middle on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. It was Tyvon Branch, guys, that jumped right through the offensive line on this kick for the Cowboys and blocked this with his right hand. Just beautifully done. And then Roach took it, and then Billikidi, coach, this is an old-fashioned clip here. It's a block in the back.
Yeah. Did it out in space, too. You can't get away with it. Not a big guy like that.
So Matt Flynn's night is done, and Terrell Pryor is in at quarterback. Flynn played well, 4 of 5, 37 yards. Did have the strip sack. They run the pull option read. Pryor gets out right and runs for a first down across the 20-yard line. A designed run right away for Terrell Pryor, Front.
Yeah, didn't waste any time. Up off.
They put pressure on a defensive end. He didn't know what to do, and Pryor kept the ball and turned it up the field. A really well-designed play.
Yeah.
How come we didn't have that when I was playing?
Well,
I don't understand.
You want me to embarrass you, really?
No, I'm embarrassed enough.
Chuck Fairbanks put in the wishbone.
Hey, listen.
Triple option, that game.
Triple option. When you
right here in this field, Jim Plunkett broke one for about 50 yards on an option.
Terrell Pryor, he runs the read very well. Put it in the belly of Jennings, then pulled it out. Now he gives it to Jennings, and a straight give. Flag down as Jennings is stacked up after a short game. Terrell Pryor had some electrifying moments last August, and he's worked very hard on his mechanics in the offseason. And we're anxious to see what advancements he made from the last time we saw him in a game in the season finale in San Diego.
Holding. Offense number 86. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's on David Osbury, the converted wide receiver to tight end in the NFL at a USC town, who's gone up to 261 pounds and trying to be a better blocker at this level.
That's a lot of weight to gain. But the reason he did it is because he has to be a better blocker. He was more of a kind of a hybrid type of tight end. That's more wide receiver than tight end, and by gaining the weight, they hope that he can be a better blocker.
He's put on about 20 pounds in his 3 years. That's the Raiders' second penalty of the game for 20 yards. So it's 1st and 13. It's a spot penalty from the spot of the hold. Screen out to Alawale, the fullback. A block from Alex Barron. And Alawale picks up good yardage. Raiders got a couple of fullbacks that can hurt you, running it and catching it.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see a little bit more of from Terrell Pryor, throwing the football. You got to see what he can do, how he's progressed, what he can do with that football. And that was very well executed. A nice screenplay, play action, executed extremely well.
Yeah, especially the short stuff. You know, we know he's got a strong arm and he whips the ball down the field, but the touch stuff is where we need to see him.
Got a nice block from number 77, Alex Barron. There's the read option. Pryor keeps it, gets wide, stiff arm, and he's close to a first down. And that's a straight option. He reads that backside end time. If he slants down, he'll keep it. If he keeps home on the backside, he gives it. And that time he kept it again.
Yeah, and you mentioned Barron because he's the guy that they took a chance on bringing him in. Attitude change, completely different guy, and working very hard. And so far they've been very impressed. And if he can straighten out and get his game together, that's a pretty big addition to the team.
Now, Alex Barron, a former #1 draft pick of the Rams, has not played since he was a Cowboy back in 2010, playing at left tackle. 3rd down and 1. There's the straight give to Jennings, and he'll find a crack, legs churning, and he pushes forward for the first down. Good composure by Terrell Pryor. He was obviously having a hard time hearing the new offensive coordinator, Greg Olson, call that play in from the sideline. You could see him put his hands over his ear hole. He couldn't hear, but he stayed composed and got the play in on time.
Yeah, he's maturing, obviously. There's a lot of practice time over the last 2 years. I said he's an extremely hard worker, putting a lot of time in both in the classroom and on the field. And, that's when you do that kind of stuff and you work real hard, it pays off eventually.
1st and 10 Raiders on their own 35. I formation. Michael Rivera, rookie tight end, slides in motion. Wait till you see this guy move. Hand off to Jennings, cuts back inside, and picks up only a couple of yards. So Terrell Pryor, we saw him in August a year ago against the Detroit Lions here in a preseason game, and in a word, he was electrifying, whether it was avoiding the rush and running himself or throwing downfield, Jim. But then when it was for real, that last game against San Diego, he made some good plays and got the Raiders into the end zone twice this season finale.
He did. The Raiders wound up losing the football game, but I thought he showed a little bit more composure than he did earlier in the year. He moved the football well. He threw the ball 14 to 30. for about 150 yards in that game. Not big numbers, but progress.
2nd and 8. Pryor out of the gun, throws left. It is caught by the tight end there. And a short gain there by Mastrude. Jared Mastrude, a former Miami Dolphin, on the reception of Terrell Pryor. Raiders have 6 tight ends in training camp that are battling for a spot. Mastrude is one. The one to keep an eye on right now, Tom, is Michael Rivera.
Yeah, they're
number
high
81.
Yeah, they're high on him. They're certainly on. He's a stud-looking guy. Boy. He looks like a tight end.
Yeah, he got over 1,000 yards in passing at Tennessee. Just a real good tight end, the kind that might surprise you.
He's the extra tight end here outside of Osbury. I think Alawale moved early to give it to Jennings, and he gets into the second level and runs for a Raider first down, and no flag on the field. So Alawale, the fullback, came out of his stance so quickly, but not too quick, and he popped that for a 16-yard run by Jennings.
Yeah, he sure did. A nice blocking on that right side with a nice pull by the guard and kick out. Excellent crease to the inside, and Jennings saw it and took it right up the field.
And that's what the power running does for you. You don't have to hold that block long. If you hit it quick, you're by the defender before you get a chance. He gets a chance to see you.
Here's an interesting formation. The Raiders go into a pistol. They fake the pull option, and Pryor going to run out left, and he runs for a Raider first down. Boy, he's taken to this pull option read quite quickly, something he did not do at Ohio State, but he has picked it up quickly in training camp. 16-yard run here.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same theory where you're still reading that defensive end, except you're faking to the different guy. You're faking to that guy that's in the deep eye position.
In the pistol.
Yeah.
He had a back to each side, and he had in the triangle, he had a back behind him in the pistol. A new look formation-wise for the Raiders there. Pryor running this offense beautifully. Toss here to Jeremy Stewart, the former Stanford Cardinal, and he'll roll out to the 20-yard line. Little toss sweep out the right side. Jeremy Stewart had to play a lot last year with the injury to Darren McFadden. Also, Mike Goodson went down, and Stewart, Plunkett, you know well from the farm, he played well last year as a Raider.
He did. He was inactive early in the season, but he got his opportunities, you mentioned, when McFadden went down, and he performed extremely well. He's a very good, solid running back.
Well, our first key to the game tonight, Coach, was offensive rhythm. We've seen a couple of long drives by the Raiders. This is a 10th play, 11th play of the drive coming up here. 2nd down and 8. Again, they go into a pistol formation. Jennings behind Pryor. They'll spin out right. It's wide open for him to run. He will throw. It's broken out. Threw back across the middle, trying to hit Bryce Butler on the 5-yard line. Well, if he would have run, he had the whole right side there to run for about 10 yards.
Yeah, he sure did. But I think they want him to not to get used to running over the ball all the time. But you're right. That time there was only one guy in front of him, and usually one guy is not going to bring him down.
And Michael Rivera, though, was wide open on the play.
Yeah.
He could have just dumped it off right away, and Rivera could have caught the ball and turned it up.
And he had a couple of options. He could have run. He could have thrown it to Rivera. He could have run behind Rivera, but he threw across the middle. Raiders have converted 4 or 5 on 3rd down tonight. 3rd and 8 for Pryor, who is looking very good. Bunch formation left. He looks left. He throws left. It is juggled and caught by Holmes, but shy.
No,
did he get the first down? His forward progress, maybe right at the sticks. He went back upon catching it. That is Andre Holmes, the former Dallas Cowboy, and he's got the first down.
Yep, absolutely. Nice job by Pryor. Once again, Pryor is showing a lot of confidence and a lot of poise in that. That ball was juggled a little bit before he caught it.
Terrell Pryor off to a good start, 3 of 4 for 34 yards. Holmes caught it, then juggled it and looked to go back a little bit upon contact, but they give him the forward progress and a first down on Dallas's 12-yard line. Now Pryor is under center. Back up O-line here. Counter run to Jennings. Good shift inside by Jennings. What a great cut that was. Supposed to go off left tackle, Jim. It was taken away, and he went back in the A-gap off left guard and then next to the center. Nice read.
Yeah, it certainly was. A good cutback by Jennings. He's an experienced guy. He knows what to do when he sees that crease, and he takes it. No hesitation, which is really good.
Good block there by Andre Gerard, who is now in, the former Dallas Cowboy, who was a 5-time Pro Bowler there. The Raiders have a whole new offensive line here with Terrell Pryor at quarterback. 2nd and 5, Raiders on the Cowboys 7, trying to get to the end zone for the first time. Pryor, handoff to Jennings, stacked up, and he was dropped after a very short gain there by Devontae Holloman. who scored a touchdown in Canton, Ohio on Sunday on a tip ball, returned it 75 yards for a touchdown for the Cowboys in their 24-20 win over Miami. So when you factor in, Tom, that the Cowboys have already played a game, and this is the Raiders' first preseason game. Dallas a little ahead. They went to camp a week early, have already played a game. The Raiders are playing very well tonight.
They're playing very well. Their execution is for the first game of the year for these first two offensive lines is very good.
Good drive. This will be the 14th play. They're in the huddle a long time. They got to get up there and snap it. Play clock at 3, 2, 1. They're going to have to call timeout. Dennis Allen walked on the field to call timeout. That play call came in a little too late. He didn't break the huddle time till under 10.
Yeah, that's on Pryor there. He's got to know.
Second charge, timeout. Oakland.
And he showed it, Greg. He pointed himself. My fault.
All right, they'll get the play straight and come back. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the Cowboys 6, and we come back on the Raiders. Raiders took over following the blocked field goal on their 10-yard line, and Terrell Pryor, with a great mixture of passing and running, has been very effective. Pull option read 3 times for 31 yards, and he's also passed effectively 3 of 4 for 34 yards. So he's doing it all right now.
He certainly is. He certainly, as I said before, he's a hard worker. He's trying to get everything down. Learn this game. Learn to throw the ball from the pocket and on the run, and he's doing a tremendous job tonight.
See if he can get him in the end zone now. Under center. Now he backs away. He has Jennings to his right. Griner and Butler in a slot right. Holmes left. Pressured. Runs away from it. Running and looking and throwing and intercepted in the end zone. And tackled in the end zone is Brandon Underwood. So he made a mistake there, and he knows it. He made the cardinal sin, rolling right, throwing back across his body into the middle of the field.
Well, there was a lot of room there, and you hate to say it once again, it looked like he had enough room to run and pick up the first down and not the touchdown.
That was J.J. Wilcox with the interception, the safety, the rookie round 3 out of Southern that takes it away from Pryor on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. J.J. Wilcox at Southern began as a wide receiver, moved to running back, and ultimately at safety, and he makes a big play here on Terrell Pryor in the end zone.
He certainly does. A good fake. He outruns the defensive end outside. He's got some choices to make, and he makes the wrong one, unfortunately, by throwing across his body, back over the middle late, and 9 times or 99 times out of 100, that's usually going to hurt you.
Boy, great job, though, Coach. 14 plays, 84 yards. They had the ball for 9 minutes, but 0 points.
Yeah, that takes all the luster out of that nice drive.
Kyle Orton hit a quarterback, the former Bear and Bronco and Chief, and now second-year Cowboy takes over for Romo. And there's a new running back in the game. This is Lance Dunbar, who will run straight ahead. But as long as they have Kyle Orton, one of the most expensive backup quarterbacks in football, they ended a good one. They're going to leave their first-team offensive line in to protect him. Tonight's broadcast of Raider football is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proud to have served the armed forces and their families for 80 years. Be a part of something great. Visit us at NavyFederal.org. And that's a pretty good 1-2 punch at quarterback with Romo backed up by Orton now. Orton checks down left flat, catch made by Dunbar, and is pushed out by Phillip Adams. So the Raiders have gone to a second-team defense now. Phillip Adams, who we saw last year, Plunk played quite well, come up with a couple of interceptions. He couldn't stay healthy, but this guy can cover.
Yes, he can. He came in some crucial situations, made some big plays for the Raiders last year, and hopefully he's improved even more coming into this year.
Intercepted Brandon Whedon of the Browns and also Peyton Manning here on Thursday night, but he suffered concussions and injuries after. 3rd down and 2, Cowboys. Game tied at 3 with 5 minutes to go in the half. Orton is audibilizing at the line. Play clock at 5. Out of a shotgun, here's a blitz by Ross, a throw and a catch by Cole Beasley. First down, he got a quick slant there on Ocelio Hansen, and Cole Beasley picks up the first down.
Those experienced quarterbacks like Kyle Orton know exactly where to go with the football. They read the defense. They sometimes know what the defense is even before the snap, and they go to the right guy and make a play like that. Experience is hard to beat.
1st and 10, Dallas on their own 39-yard line. C.O. Moore is still in there playing at strong side linebacker. He's going to play a bit longer than the other starters, being a rookie. Stretch handoff to Dunbar. Crease, big hole midfield. And then he's slammed quickly by Phillip Adams and Usama Young, but Well, he had a big hold on that stretch run off the left side, Coach.
Yeah, there's very powerful drive blocks on the left side of the offensive line of the Cowboys. They did a nice job of just maintaining their blocks. Give you a lot of running room. These backs will take it up the field for pretty good yardage, and that's what happened.
And what's happening now, the Cowboys have left their first-team offensive line in. So Tyron Smith and Leary are all in, Frederick and Bernardo and Doug Free. And the Raiders have subbed out a lot. So they should be able to get a big of a push with this old line they have in there. Horton looks left, throws left, Dunbar the catch. Breaks one tackle and then dropped by Omar Gaither, is playing a middle linebacker for the Raiders now, taking over for Nick Roach. And he was the Raiders' starting middle linebacker for the final 4 games last year.
Yeah, they picked him up late in the season with all the injuries they had. He did a nice job. That's why they brought him back this year.
2nd and 5, Dallas, with 3:05 to play in the first half. Omar Gaither, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Horton under center. Stretch run to Dunbar. Going to stay play side and get wide on Phillip Adams. Good block there by the wide receiver, Anthony Armstrong, the former Washington Redskin, that got him the side and the edge there against Phillip Adams.
It looks like they're attacking that left side of the Raiders defense right now. There seems to be some opportunity for them to run the football.
Well, one of the things that the Raiders have had in training camp this year is a lot of injuries, little small injuries, nothing major, but small injuries to their defensive linemen. So they're kind of experimenting a little bit.
And the Cowboys are running behind their best offensive lineman, the left tackle, Tyron Smith, the former #1 draft pick out of USC. Now they try the other side. They go right, and they bring in a new back. This is Philip Tanner, third-year back out of Middle Tennessee State. And he is stacked up after a short game. And that should probably take us down to the 2-minute warning here. Raiders certainly played well when Terrell Pryor was on the field, and Dennis Allen has to be happy with the defense did against Tony Romo and the Cowboy #1. So we do hit the 2-minute warning here in Oakland. It'll be 2nd and 3 Cowboys on the Raider 31 when we come back on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Charles Woodson back in silver and black, and coming up at halftime we'll tell you about the return of the great number 24, was a Raider draft pick, Al Davis's pick, the 4th overall pick in '98. 1998 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, 8 years with the Raiders and 7 with Reggie McKenzie in Green Bay, and a Super Bowl winner. Quick slant to Armstrong, and Armstrong, the former Redskin, makes the catch there on Chimdi Chekwa, and that's a Cowboy first down to the Raider 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little too loose coverage. Well, he's got help to the inside, but that was a well-thrown ball. The timing was perfect.
Kyle Orton, he's a starting quarterback for a while in this league. As Charles Woodson won a Associated Press Defensive Player of the Year award in 2009. And looking at his credentials, there is no doubt that Charles is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he's done. Handoff to Dunbar. He bops it way outside right. It was designed to go up the middle. A flag came down late.
Yeah, late hit.
And Dunbar gets good yardage out the right side. We'll see what the flag is for on Bill Vinovich's crew. It's against the Raiders, apparently. There's the call from Vinovich. It is on the Raiders.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team.
They're on both.
Holding, offense number 81, personal foul, defense number 29. Late hit out of bounds. The penalties will offset. Replay, first down.
And Danny Cole called for the block in the back, and the late hit is negated because of the illegal block. Raiders are going to be home in a couple of weeks to play the Chicago Bears, the huge 3rd preseason game of the year, and then it all begins for real here at home on September the 15th against Jacksonville. RG3 and the Redskins will be in. Going to play both of the Steelers and Eagles in back-to-back weeks. The Steagles time. Coming. Both teams from Pennsylvania back-to-back this year. 1-800-RAIDERS. Raiders.com. Horton throws, done by the catch, hit by Chekwa. And Keenan Clayton at the 15-yard line. Chekwa, one of the most improved players on the team, Dennis Allen says. His pass coverage much better, his flexibility and his instincts, and the Raiders got a lot of good corners, Jim, so it'll be tough to make the team, but Chekwa really has improved.
You know, I think they brought him in because of all the problems they had a year ago in defending the pass, and, you know, it's very competitive back there right now.
2nd and 5. Orton throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Beautifully thrown by Kyle Orton to Cole Beasley. Right over the top of Joselio Hansen, the nickel corner. That's good touch there by Kyle Orton. Very simply, Tom, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league.
Well, he's getting paid almost like a starter. He's making a lot of money to be a backup, and he proved his worth there on that pass. It was perfectly thrown. Pretty hard to defend. That was it couldn't have been thrown any better.
Yeah, it was a nice fade up the field. Had no chance to defend against it.
Again, that was Dallas's #1 offensive line. They did not want to bring Orton on the field at the backups time and run the risk of him getting hurt. At least they kept their tackles in the game, Free and Smith. So I think they took advantage of the Raiders' backup defensive line with their #1s.
Yeah, I think there's no question about that. Yeah.
Well, the Cowboys take the lead in a touchdown pass from Orton to Beasley, and they lead 10-3 late first half on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Kyle Orton has started 69 games in this league. He has thrown for over 14,000 yards and 80 touchdowns, so he is a very capable backup, and he was terrific on that drive. He was 6 for 6 for 52 yards and a touchdown pass, the 15-yarder to Cole Beasley. Tywan Jones, the former running back who's made the conversion to cornerback, is going to return this kickoff. Dan Bailey. You've been very impressed, Tom, with the transition he's made to corner.
Yeah, I certainly have been. I mean, he's doing a lot of really nice things as a corner in training camp.
He's coming out of the end zone, 10, 15, gets wide, 20. And he got grabbed around the face mask. They didn't see it over on the Raiders sideline. Nice return by Tywan Jones. What an athlete he is.
Yeah, he can run. He's got great speed, great quickness, great closing power.
You guys want to see more Terrell Pryor?
Absolutely.
I think I do. Why don't you come back? 36 seconds to go in the half on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Al Davis's last draft pick in the supplemental draft of 2011, Terrell Pryor, ran that 4.4 at his pro day, and the Ohio State quarterback was Al's guy. And well, was he electrifying? Did a good job as a quarterback and also as a runner. 34 yards passing, 31 yards rushing on that last drive. Did throw the red zone interception though. We'll see what he does here with 2 timeouts and 36 seconds to go in the half. Raiders starting on their 24. Pryor in the shotgun. Great drop. Time. Pulls it back and now runs. Now throws down the sideline for Pryor. And he'll run out to midfield. Nicely done there by Jerron Pryor. And Pryor to stay poised. And they get a nice chunk there. Plenty of time left.
Yeah, Pryor has ability because of his tremendous athletic skills to buy some extra time. That time he got away from the rush. Bought himself some time, and the one impressive thing, Jim, is he kept his eyes down the field.
Yeah, which I don't think a year ago he would have done that. So he is progressing.
Well, the key thing is he can run away from pressure. 1st and 10, almost to midfield. Over around the edge. Pryor steps up and throws. Catch made by Osbury. Get out of bounds, David. He really broke a couple of tackles and got out of bounds on the Dallas 40-yard line with 21 seconds to go in the half, and with Janikowski, you're already in field goal range.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nice move by Osbury that time. He showed that athletic. I mean, that's a pretty nifty move for a guy that's gained as much weight as he has.
He can run.
Yeah.
21 seconds to go in the half. Janikowski is already loosening up. He has made a 63-yarder in his career and a 61-yarder on a frigid day in Cleveland. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 40. They're showing blitz. Here they come. They wall it off. Pryor throws. Caught by Holmes. And down to the Dallas 22-yard line they go. They have 2 timeouts to use, and they'll take one right now with 15 seconds to go in the half. What a 2-minute drill executed by Terrell Pryor.
Done a very good job.
Second charge timeout. Oakland.
It was a very impressive drive so far.
Yeah, showing a lot of poise and just, his whole demeanor. And watching him up at training camp, he's actually having a lot of fun. He's smiling, and he seems like a different man, more relaxed in the huddle. His command in the huddle is much better.
Let's head downstairs and check in with JT, who caught up with a great member of the Cowboys organization earlier, JT.
That's right, Greg. I talked to Mr. Jones before the game and asked him about his deep friendship with Mr. Al Davis.
He was such a inspiration to me. We won 1 football game the first year that I was in the National Football League. And he called me and encouraged me and helped me stay on the right track. We made some trades. They were good for the Raiders, but they were also good for the Cowboys. The facts are, I felt like Al had my back, and I had his in the NFL.
Second charge timeout.
So I do miss him, and
Dallas.
I can't go
30-second
and recognize
timeout.
the builders of the NFL without thinking of Al Davis at the Hall of Fame in Canton.
Yeah, and he got a little emotional when he was talking to JT. Jerry Jones has not been here since we lost Al Davis, and he was there at Al Davis's funeral. The only person to represent another team in the NFL. He flew cross country. The Cowboys played a Sunday night game, and he was there for Al's funeral on a Monday.
Right, he's been a good friend to Mr. Davis and his family and the entire Raider organization. As he said, they had each other's back. They did a lot of things that didn't make the NFL very particularly happy. They were both rebels, and I think he learned a lot of that rebellion from Mr. Davis.
And they each won 3 Super Bowls. Al won 3 throughout his Raider days, Tom, and Jerry Jones won 3 with the triplets in Dallas since taking over. All right, 15 seconds to go in the half. 1st and 10, Raiders on the Cowboy 22. Can Pryor get him in the end zone here? Slot right. Pryor back, pump. Now pressured. Now going to throw it away. Did he get outside of the tackle box to avoid the grounding? Well, it was close. And the answer apparently is yes. There's no yellow on the field.
But there you go, another good decision by Terrell Pryor. You know, except for that one interception in the end zone, he's making a lot of smart moves right now.
Yeah, he's got time for one more play, and if this one doesn't connect, then they got to also have a touchdown left. I mean, a timeout left. So
take a
they
shot.
Want to make sure. Yeah,
they better be quick.
Want to make sure they get at least 3 points out of this drive.
Take a shot in the end zone here. You're already in field goal range with Seabass. So now timeout called by Jason Garrett and the Cowboys.
And final timeout. Dallas.
A couple of things that can happen is,
timeout.
excuse me, a couple of things that can happen is you run out of time, so he's got to be aware of that. Number 2, you can't throw it on, inside the field of play, because then the clock may run out before you can call timeout.
Yeah, because the guy run around. Yeah, it takes about, on the average, most plays take about 7 seconds, average plays. The deep ones obviously take a lot longer.
Raiders have 1 timeout to utilize. Again, 2 weeks from today, the Raiders will play the 3rd and most important preseason game against the Chicago Bears. Then they'll open the home schedule against Jacksonville on September the 15th. Get your Raider tickets at 1-800-RAIDERS or Raiders.com. 8 seconds to go from the 22. Pryor out of the gun. Pump. Now lobs one for the end zone, incomplete. And the Raiders do have 3 seconds to go and no flag. He was going to Holmes right at the front pylon. And it was pretty well covered there, and he threw it away, and the Raiders will bring in Janikowski for 3.
So once again, another good decision by Terrell Pryor. Well done, good drive, put him in position to score another field goal before the half.
Janikowski made a 51-yarder earlier. This one will be from 40 yards going towards the northern uprights. Chris Chloe is the new holder. Of course, Seabass had Sebastian Janikowski, and Seabass had Shane Lechter here throughout his career, so it's a new holder. And Chris Chloe, the Raider new punter. He's not yet punted today, which is good. This one's going to be good by Janikowski, and that will be the first half. On the TV side of our simulcast, we will have a feature on the return in the silver and black of Charles Woodson, the future Hall of Famer. And then come back with us to start the 3rd quarter in both radio and TV. We are going to have a major announcement, a huge announcement. Could not be bigger. That'll come up 3rd quarter. At the end of 1 half of play, Cowboys 10, Raiders 6, and the Raiders Broadcasting Network. The young Raiders play football and play quite well. And we rejoin you on our radio and TV simulcast. Greg Papa with Jim Plunkett and Tom Flores. When you look at it, the Cowboys controlled the game when Kyle Orton came in, and they left their number 1 offensive line in against the Raiders' second-team defense. That's when they scored their touchdown. But when the Raiders' number 1 defense was in the game against Tony Romo, we saw a sack from C.O. Moore. We saw good coverage in the secondary from Rogelio Hansen. The Raider number 1 defense played well against Romo and the Cowboys' number 1 offense.
Yes, they certainly did, and they got very stopped when they got down there in the red zone the first time. And the only reason that they got the good field position was because of the fumble, the 1 fumble The defense played very impressively, and the offensive line played impressively too.
Yeah, Rashad Jennings was the Raider top ball carrier, 9 carries for 39 yards. Tyvon Branch got a block there on a Dayan Bailey field goal attempt. Dennis Allen was pumped up about that, but we were all more excited about Terrell Pryor, Jim. He threw for 88 yards in the first half, and he ran the pull option read expertly and ran for 31 more.
Yeah, he was very impressive in that second quarter. Ran the ball well, threw the ball well, made a lot of big plays down the field. Very impressive, except for that mistake in the end zone.
Well, here are the numbers in the first half. The Raiders had more first downs. They had the football for far longer. The Raiders on third down, Tom. We have them 5 for 7. They were actually 6 for 8 on third down, and Dallas just 1 for 3. They were just terrific.
Yeah.
Let's see if the head coach was happy about it. JT caught up with Raider head coach Dennis Allen just moments ago.
Well, with head coach Dennis Allen, coach, assess the play of your quarterbacks in the first half.
Well, I've been pleased. I mean, I think the quarterbacks have done some good things. Obviously, with the 2 turnovers, that's certainly something that we don't want to have. So we got to correct those mistakes. We can't turn the ball over. We've done a good job moving the ball offensively, but with the self-inflicted wounds, we can't have.
Your first team defense keeping Tony Romo and the Cowboys out of the end zone.
Yeah, that was good. I think the first drive after the turnover for us to be able to keep them out of the end zone was good. And then, they moved the ball a little bit on us on the second drive, but we were able to, bow our backs up and keep them out of the end zone, block the field goal. So, we've done some good things in the game. We got to be more consistent.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. There he is. Greg, back to you.
All right, JT. Eddie Carmona will handle the kicking in the second half for Janikowski. He's left-footed as well, and he gets a low line drive that'll bounce up in the air. And the Cowboys, this is Armstrong, the wide receiver, the former Redskin, will return it out to around the 28-yard line. And he's tackled there by David Bass for the Raiders on the kick coverage team. So they go to the quarterback now. It's number 3 as far as numerically, and number 3 on the depth chart. This is Nick Stevens, a rookie free agent quarterback out of Tarleton State. Also spent some time at the University of Tennessee before transferring his senior year. He's very athletic. He can move away from the rush. First and 10, Cowboys on their own 29. We start the third quarter with Dallas up 10-6. As they hand off to Philip Tainer coming right, and the Raiders stack that up for virtually no gain. That's Stacy McGee, who made the tackle for the Raiders. Started the game with the injury to Pat Sims at nose tackle. Pat out with a hamstring injury, and Stacy McGee, a round 6 pick out of Oklahoma. And good to see him play the run well, Tom, because they think he can be fast and explosive and heat up the quarterback this year from the inside.
Well, that would be a big plus for the Raiders. The one thing that was very noticeable, obviously, in the first half was the fact that there's not a big pass rush with just a 4-man line. You have to bring backers or safeties in order to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, that was an issue a year ago. The Raiders only have 25 quarterback sacks, so they're going to activate Brandon Ross here. Yes, they are. Here comes the blitz. And a lob down the sideline, and it's juggled and intercepted by Usama Young. Coming back the other way for the Raiders is Young, and he's out to Dallas's 30-yard line. Well, the Raiders going to take away themselves as Nick Stevens threw that too high in the air, and the free safety, Usama Young, takes it away.
Yeah, big mistake by Stevens, Jim. Just throwing the ball almost up for grabs.
Yeah, that's a good read by Usama Young to be out there in position. It was a free safety. Got over there very quickly. Might have read the quarterback's eyes early, and he just hustled over there and made the interception. And a good run back by him.
Usama Young, a free agent signing this past April. 4 years in New Orleans, the last 2 in Cleveland, where he played predominantly free safety, but he can play strong safety. He can also cover, as he has cornerback skills. Positional type player. Matt McGloin in a quarterback. He hands off to Jeremy Stewart. And we have a little pushing and shoving here. Jamaz Alawale lost his helmet, and he is getting after one of the Cowboy linebackers as we meet Matt McGloin, an undrafted rookie out of Penn State. It was a walk-on in Happy Valley and played very well for the Nittany Lions, a 2-year starter. And he's very much in the mix, Tom. They like this guy a lot.
Well, they like him a lot, enough to put him ahead of their drafted player, Wilson. So that shows you something. He's just a little further along as far as the maturity and the experience. That's what the coaches say.
And they think he has a little bit stronger arm than the other quarterbacks.
Here's McGloin, 3-step drop, a pump. Now off the back foot he throws, and it's behind Bryce Butler. I think McGloin was throwing a back shoulder out there, and Butler did not break that off, and it lands incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure that either. I guess that was the route they were supposed to run. Somebody goofed up on the route, and plus he didn't get back real quick. He should get back a little quicker. Almost like he was shuffling his feet way too much, and
back shoulder.
And it was a mistake by the receiver. He let him know.
And he wanted Butler to break that off and go to the back shoulder. Bryce Butler out of San Diego State has been very impressive in the OTAs, the mini camps in the offseason in Alameda and up in training camp. Let's see if it translates to the actual games. 3rd and 7. Blowing out of the shotgun. Pressure. Throws, and it is caught, but short, and a good tackle there by B.W. Webb. That is on the check down back. Stewart bring up a 4th down, and the Raiders will bring in Mona for a field goal attempt. Carmona will be now by Marquette King, so Kluwe and Janikowski are done. Kluwe never punted in the first half. He had some holds on placements, and now it'll be Marquette King holding for Carmona. We saw him last year in the preseason, Carmona. He had a 53-yarder and a 56-yarder. Not quite as strong as Seabass, but he has a strong leg. 42-yarder right in the middle of the hash mark off the dirt baseball infield, and he sneaks it through. And the Raiders get 3 back on their first takeaway of the game. So Usama Young with the interception sets the Raiders up to get 3 from number 3, Eddie Carmona. Dallas 10, Raiders 9. Early 3rd quarter. This is the Raiders Broadcasting Network. We got a young Run DN crowd. Darren McFadden. The youngsters are out on this Friday night. A 62-degree evening at kickoff. A little cooler than we're used to. It has certainly dropped since the game has started. This almost feels like mid-September weather. Ready for the Jackson home schedule. Eddie Carmona kickoff off fake. This is Beasley from the goal. 20. Rivera, second tight end. They took the garbage. Bobby April, their special coach. Now, what an act. Bobby April down in the time. You know, one of the best special coaches in football for a 2-time teams coordinator of the year now. Raiders teams.
I think with the acquisition of April, special Sperano, offensive line. Greg Olson, the offensive coordinator. Those are additions to the Raiders.
1st and 10. Cowboys starting from their 30-yard line. The quarterback, the 3rd. Probably see Alex in the box. Good cover. Bobby April, he's been around this league for 2 decades. Former coach, O-line coach, and offensive play call. Don't forget Sanders Becker. He's around for a young, tell him. So young head coach, guys with decades of experience.
Been around, it's about 100 of experience right there. So these guys, I know something. Make them a better football player.
Bobby April, a delightful man. Special teams coach. 10. Raiders here from Clayton. He comes inside. And they run away from the blitz out to around the yard line of Tanner, rookie free agent of the Cowboys in 2011. In is Kalen Burnett. Raiders have 2 Burnetts on this team. Kalen was a Raider a year ago, but his brother, Kevin Burnett, the starting linebacker. So we got 2 K Burnetts here. There they are, 94 and 95. Raiders have ever had siblings on the team together. Brothers playing on the currently in the league. 3rd and 5. Stevens out of a shotgun. Pressured out. Flag down. The Cowboys held. Stevens goes. It'll be the 1st down. I think the Raiders will play. There was
holding. 34. Decline.
Yeah, the hold's on the running. In the middle of the front there, pretty clear. I think so.
That was a dance move.
We're going to have in the game of football. We're going to have our first punt of the game.
Wow, that's right.
Well, Shane Leckler rigged it. Here's Chris Jones, footed punter to punt Shane Leckler now a Houston Texan. We have lost Shane. Phillip Adams back at the 15-yard line. Room to go. 20 yardage. Big return. His head helmet on that return. On 5 yards. 11 minutes to play. Cowboys 10-9. Raiders broadcasting.
Broadcasting New York. The Raiders by a score of 10-9. NFL has a new bag and Raider is modeling. This is the new bag need to take to the Coliseum on game day. Now this is an NFL measure. It's a new safety measure, and the Raiders one step beyond by sending bags that meet bag policy as a courtesy to our season ticket holders. The bags will be available for sale at all Raider Image locations in time for the regular seasons. Check out the bag. That's the bag or something similar that you'll need when you come out to a home game here at the Coliseum and around the NFL, Greg.
Thank you, JT, and even more so, Marcy, our lovely model there. The bags they're clear, obviously 12 by 6 by 12. And the Raiders, as JT mentioned, to help speed up the entry process, are going to give that out to season ticket holders, and they're available at the Raider Image store. Throw over the middle. Here goes Bryce Butler. Wanted to see this guy get in the open field, and he does. McLaurin hit him in stride time over the middle, and this big guy catches and runs for 40 yards.
And he can run, too, out in the open space. If you give him some room to run, he can take off and scoot. Boy, he's got great 40 times.
He's a 7th-round draft pick of the Raiders. He ran his 40 at the USC Pro Day at 4.36. 3 years at USC and then a year at San Diego State. Well, he certainly looks like it. He did not put up great numbers, Jim. Not a lot of production at San Diego State. He may be one of those guys that just plays better in the NFL than he did in college.
Give him the opportunity.
First and 10 Raiders on the 41, and a timeout called by the Raiders before the snap. The play clock was down.
Delay game. Timeout. Oakland.
And after the 40-yard catch and run,
timeout.
the Raiders didn't get a play called in quickly enough, so they are forced to burn
30-second timeout.
the timeout. So you got to be impressed with Bryce Butler, who was at the bottom of the draft class. Initially, the Raiders had 7 selections, but they traded back a couple of times. They wound up with 10 in total. The top 2 guys, due to injury, are not playing tonight. DJ Hayden, with the surgery to remove the scar tissue back in May, not available yet. And Menelik Watson has had a stubborn calf injury. So we've seen Seal Moore tonight with the sack. We'll see Tyler Wilson later. And Latavius Murray has also just checked in, wearing number 34. I'm anxious to see him. Bryce Butler made a nice play, but Latavius Murray is now the Raiders' featured running back.
Yeah, he's an interesting study, too, because he's a big guy that can have some speed and size.
See if they run him here. They do up the middle. Gets a hold off the right side, cuts back inside, and then gets buried after a gain of only 2. He wears that number 34 well. Then he had a Central Florida, Bo Jackson's old number.
Well, he's 229, and they have him down in the 40 and the 4.4, and that's pretty good for that size guy.
4 years at Central Florida, over 2,400 yards, 5.4 yards a rush, and 37 touchdowns.
Talking to Dennis Allen the other day, he said he wanted to take a look at almost everybody on his roster, and that's certainly what's happening tonight.
They're going to be careful with Murray. He's coming back after a hamstring injury, so that's going to run him a little bit, get him through this great game. McLaurin rolling right through too hard to Nick Casa. Another rookie at tight end there, just overshot him as McLaurin on the bootleg, the half roll to the right, Jim, in space, just overshot the tight end.
It was a tight window to throw the ball in. The defenders were drifting that way, but it might have been able to have been caught by Casa.
We also saw Casa on our rookie draft board. He was the Raiders' 6th-round draft pick out of Colorado. He was converted. He was a defensive lineman and he began his career. Now he's playing over on the offensive side. He had some injuries in the OTA, so he is a bit behind, but he's made up camp and training. Made up time in training camp. Inside handoff to Murray. On 3rd down, he runs for a first down. Well, he scored it quickly there on the quick inside handoff on 3rd and 6. He picks up 6.5.
Yeah, nice change of pace there. The left guard was pulling on that play, and really had nobody to block. Everybody was going on the pass rush.
Yeah, well, there was a blitz coming, and they sealed it off, and he was able to turn the ball up the field and get the first down.
We're going to say that a lot this year. The left guard is pulling on that play. It's like the days of Gene Upshaw time, where that left guard, whether it's Lucas Nix or Tony Bergstrom, when we start for real, he's your pull guy, that left guard. McGloin going for the end zone for Butler. He's got it. Touchdown, Raiders.
What a nice catch by Butler. Boy, Butler's made a mark tonight. No doubt about it.
For Cowboy fans, like that catch is reminiscent of Butch Johnson's catch against the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl as he fully extended there, Jim, and kind of plucked the bottom of the ball. What a catch he made.
It's certainly a tremendous catch, a tremendous throw, right on the money. He stretched out for it. It couldn't be defended. What a catch.
Whoa.
Pulling it into his body to protect it from hitting the ground. Great catch.
He caught that bottom tip of the ball, Tom, much like Butch Johnson in the Super Bowl.
That was well executed and great play. I'm not sure what the delay is.
I think they have to review it and make sure it's a touchdown. It is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewable, and that they just have to look at it, make sure they've got the green light that the catch does stand, and that Butler possessed the ball into the body, did not hit the ground. That was Butler's drive. 40-yarder to start, and then a 30-yarder to get the Raiders into the end zone. Point after is made by Carmona. Bryce Butler. What a play. The Butler did it. Catching the back point of the ball. Touchdown Raiders. Now the Raiders broadcasting that after 3 field goals, the Raiders get into the end zone. And as Bryce Butler does it on that drive, he started it on the 40-yard catch and run to start, and he finishes it on a 30-yard touchdown. He got inside on Sterling Moore, the former New England Patriot, who was beaten on that play. Here's the kickoff by Carmona. Sterling Moore was a Raider draft pick out of Deer Valley High School in Antioch. Made that big save on Lee Evans to get the Patriots in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Here's the return by the running back, Joseph Randall. And the Cowboys will take over at around their 25 and we come back. Did I say a big announcement's upcoming? Huge, ginormous. Come back with us on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. And who had the Gatorade jug there on Bill Callahan? The great Lincoln Kennedy. Cowboys go 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Our big announcement, one of Al Davis's favorites, Lincoln Kennedy, a guy he traded to get away from Atlanta, is going to join our broadcast team this year. We're going to try him out tonight, see if he passes the test with JT. Welcome, Link.
Thanks, Greg.
Hey, Greg, I'll tell you, everybody should be fired up. Former 3-time Pro Bowler, one of my all-time favorites, Lincoln Kennedy. Lincoln, congratulations. Tell us about the new gig.
Well, JT, guys, and all the fans out there, I'm going to be joining the Raiders broadcast. I'm going to be joining Coach and Greg pop up in the booth, and we're going to get them from sideline angle. I want to be out here or in the action because just as that highlight you played, a lot of sweet memories came from the last time I played a night game here. I'm reliving some of these by seeing these young guys out here tonight.
Fantastic. Here's the run by Tanner coming off the left side. So we're just thrilled to have you, and as he will be with us throughout each and every one of our radio broadcasts all year. Tom and I will be in the booth. Lincoln takes up too much room in the booth. We're going to keep him on the sideline.
Don't you dare bring him up here, boy.
Give him
Coach Greg, I love you both. You know, I'll be up there as soon as possible. You guys got good food up there right here.
Link, I know you've been back 1 or 2 times since that AFC title game and beating Tennessee. What's it like to be back tonight and be on the Raiders sideline again?
Really weird. It's hard to describe, but it's a really weird feeling. I want to get out there on the field and hit somebody.
Well, you look good, so I think you can still give us a few snaps at right tackle. 3rd and 3. Stevens back, throws middle, catch by Cole Beasley. He'll run to midfield, and he's got a Dallas first down to the Raider 44-yard line. So Lincoln Kennedy, again, Al Davis got him from the Atlanta Falcons for a 1997 5th-round draft choice. He played with the Raiders from 96 to 03, and he was the anchor on the right side of that tremendous offensive line. Here he's going to lead Charlie Garner. Then against the New York Jets, I think it is in a playoff game, Link. So we're just thrilled to have you and have you on all of our broadcasts this year and relive some of the glory. You go down to the black hole before the game and greet the folks down there?
Well, you know, I tried to make my way through there, and I got harassed and brought down, so I decided to stay on the black hole for right now.
Here's the run to Philip Tanner off the left side. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Cowboys. So what did you see from the Raider running game Link, and the change now back to the way you guys played, power running from the O-line in that first half.
Well, this run game has got to be a big focus for the Raiders because they're really going to rely heavily on it. And I saw some good holes, some good keys in it. For the first preseason game, you want to see execution. That's what coaches are banking on. I saw a lot of that tonight by both sides of the line.
2nd down and 7, Dallas on the Raider 41-yard line, 6:10 to play. Third quarter, Raiders now up 16-10. Nick Stevens still a quarterback. And they run Tanner right up the middle, and he got stopped in the hole there by Keenan Clayton. There was going to be a Raider special team player, former Philadelphia Eagle. Well, that was a nice play, Plunk, as he read that, and nobody blocked him in the A-gap.
No, he read it perfectly. He was just sitting there waiting for the runner to come through. He stepped up, and this is what some of the things that Jason Tarver wants. He doesn't want runners to be able to get 4 or 5 yards down the field. He wants to stop it at 1, 2, or even negative plays like that one.
He was cut by the Eagles last year. The Raiders jumped on him, and he was a core special teamer. 3rd down and 7, Dallas back on the Raider 41-yard line. Nick Stevens goes in the shotgun here. Throws out left, and it's batted away by Phillip Adams. Great coverage there by Adams, Tom, with the left hand to reach around Green, the receiver, and knock it away.
Yeah, they were going for a sideline route, a little stop and come back to the ball, and Adams was perfect. He was in great position, and he came back, reached out with the left hand, knocked it down perfectly. That's the way you play it.
The intended receiver there, Jared Green. He is the son of Darryl Green, the former Redskin Hall of Famer. He had Darryl Green's kid playing for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I coached him in the Collegiate Bowl a couple of years ago. He can run. He had good speed.
Chris Jones will punt. Link, you passed the audition. You gonna come back with us each and every week now?
Absolutely. Every week you're going to see me right here on this broadcast, baby.
We're going to have fun. Thank you, Lincoln Kennedy. We'll see you after the game.
Absolutely, brother.
Phillip Adams, he called for a fair catch there?
Yeah, he did.
Well, why'd they tackle him?
Well, I don't think the gunner saw him. I think he was being blocked.
Well, I think he ran past the kicker and didn't see it as he ran by.
And that's dangerous.
So Adams is all right. We're laughing here.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I mean, he's down. That hurt. That one hurt because he wasn't expecting it.
Rod Martin, the Raider head trainer, and Scott Touche jog out along with Dr. King. I mean, the crowd is reacting because that was a blatant fair catch interference violation there. It'll cost the Cowboys 15 yards, but Adams luckily is okay. Here's Bill Vinovich.
Personal foul. Number 41 of the kicking team hit the player after a fair catch. 15-yard penalty. Oakland keeps the ball. First down.
That's Eric Frampton, who was a former Raider out of San Jose, went to Oak Grove High School. So you could say that Frampton came alive here, but you can't come alive like that. Look out, Phillip Adams on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Well, the punt return job is wide open. Phillip Adams certainly is capable. I'm not sure he's going to want the job after this hit by Eric Frampton. I mean, how blatant do you have to make the fair catch call and you still get hit?
Well, I think what happened is the gunner had gone beyond the ball.
Yep.
And by the time he turned to close on it, he hadn't seen the fair catch call.
And Eric Frampton from the South Bay, as the Raiders run Latavius Murray off the right side for a gain of only a yard. Eric Frampton was a Raider, 5th-round draft pick in 2007. But the Raiders didn't make the team. They cut him. He went to the Lions. Then 4.5 years with the Vikings. Now he's with the Dallas Cowboys. Second down and 9, Raiders on their 30-yard line. Our broadcast of Raider football brought to you by Lumber Liquidators. Get low mill direct prices on top name flooring at Lumber Liquidators, including Bellawood free finished hardwood. For details, visit lumberliquidators.com. There's Matt McGloin throwing short, and the catch is made there by Session. And it's Treviante Session on the catch for a short gain. So what do you think of Matt McGloin so far, Plunk?
I think he's done a very good job. Made some good decisions, some excellent throws, as was witnessing that touchdown pass to Bryce Butler. So all in all, he's moving the team down the field like you're expected to do.
All the Raider quarterbacks are spreading the wealth around. It is a preseason game, and 12 different Raiders have caught a pass tonight. 3rd and 3. McGloin in the gun has Murray to his right, and he has a slot right. Connor Vernon, undrafted rookie out of Duke, is in the slot, number 9. McGloin gets pressure, steps up, throws, juggling drop there by Michael Rivera. He was known for his hands. The ball was thrown slightly behind him, Coach, but he got both hands on the ball and dropped it. So the quarterback's not happy and the tight end's not happy.
No, not happy because the ball was a little behind, and tight end not happy because he has to be able to make the tough catch. That's just part of the game.
All right, this is strange. The Raiders are going to punt for the first time tonight, and it's not Shane Leckler. He's now a Houston Texan.
That is strange.
This is Chris Kluwe, and he was supposed to punt in the first half, but the Raiders didn't punt. So this is Kluwe, the former Minnesota Viking. Very different stylistically than Shane. Quick release. He won't give you the blast that Leckler would, but he's got a great short game. On the 25-yard line, spins this one. It'll bounce at the Cowboy 30, straight up in the air, and it's down there by Jeremy Stewart, the running back, at the Cowboy 28-yard line. So Kluwe's first punt is a Raider, only 36 yards, so he's not happy. But he's a good punter. He had a good run with the Vikings. He'll be a good punter. And Marquette King will also challenge him in training camp. We'll see Marquette later in the evening. That's pretty good, though, when your first punt comes late third quarter.
Not bad.
That's the good news. The good news, but the bad news is that you don't get a chance to practice your punter to find out which one's the best one, and also you don't get a chance to use that second snapper, which is yet to come.
Bring that up?
Yeah, well, yet to come. They got to get one.
You can punt on second down if you want.
No.
Well, I thought you were going to say the bad news is the turnovers, which they had. Here's a handoff to Joseph Randle, the rookie out of Oklahoma State. It was stylistically, it's very similar to their lead back, DeMarco Murray, and that's why they drafted him out of Oklahoma State. Some of the Raider key acquisitions this year: Kevin Burnett figures to be the starting weak side linebacker, Flynn the starting quarterback. You got Jenkins at one corner, Tracy Porter at the other. You met Rashad Jennings, then you got Nick Roach, going to be your new middle backer. Vance Walker will be a starting D tackle. Tribbs, an all-world kick returner. Charles Woodson, Kluwe, and they brought in not just guys, but starters on this football team. Here's the toss to Randall going wide left. That's Reggie Smith, the cornerback, free safety number 36, who was on the tackle. We didn't show him on the board, but he's a guy that played with the Niners for 4 years. Good player. Was out of football last year, and Jason Tarver knew him from his days with the 49ers. And he's making a push to make this football team, Reggie Smith. Good player with the 49ers. Made 7 starts in 2010 for them at strong safety. 2nd and 5. Cowboys on their own 45-yard line here, late third quarter. Raiders up 16-10. Raiders have scored 3 straight possessions, 2 field goals and a touchdown. There's Stevens. Had him at the line for a long time. Whatever play he checked to was not the right call. The Raider defensive front spins Randall around and stuffs him. That is the defensive end, David Bass, the rookie out of Missouri Western State, who has been very impressive, and they figure that he's going to heat up the quarterback as a sacker, Tom, but he played the run very well there.
Yes, he did. He was up the field. He was in the backfield, actually, and stopped it before it got started.
Well, you can like us on Facebook if you like. 3rd down and 5, 100 seconds to go, third quarter. David Bass is your right end now, playing in a 4-point stance. Let's see if we can get on Stevens. There's pressure. Stevens, he can run away from it. Looks downfield, throws, it is caught for a first down into Raider territory. And that is the running back, Joseph Randle, who got 3 over the middle. Nicely done, Plunk, by Stevens to avoid the pressure.
And that's what you're looking for in quarterbacks in today's game with the speed of the defenses now. Get out of trouble, keep the play alive, and find somebody down the field to throw to. And that's exactly what Nick Stevens did.
Ryan Robinson may have been going for the strip sack. They're going for the ball, and Stevens able to elude him, and then Randall, the back, got free. First down, Dallas on the Raider 40. Ryan Robinson, a rookie out of Oklahoma State. And playing at left defensive end as the Raiders have gone to their 3rd string D line here, late third quarter. Now timeout will be called by Stevens. The play clock was getting down to 0, and they were not ready
First charge,
to snap
timeout.
the football.
Dallas. 30-second timeout.
While we have a moment, let's head downstairs and check in with JT.
Greg, we're talking about the Raider mobile app. If you haven't gone to iTunes or downloaded the new Raiders mobile app, do it now. You're missing out on all the latest news and notes from training camp. There is something for everyone. Check out the Raiders roster, the 2013 schedule, and even shop online for Raiders merchandise. Download it today and be sure to sign up for exclusive offers. Back to you.
And it's free on iTunes. I think this guy's right now. He's got his smartphone going. He's checking out the Raider app, checking his Twitter. Raiders are on Twitter at Raiders, Facebook.com/Raiders, Instagram Raiders. Social media, they got you all covered to cover this great league and Raiders football all year.
Yeah, or they're talking to each other on a conference call.
We were on a conference call this week with the Raider coaching staff. And Dennis Allen, you know, being a head coach, how much more relaxed you are in the second year. He's like an entirely different guy. Seems much more relaxed this year.
Yeah, we had a nice talk last year about that.
And Stevens is killing a play at the line, going to his second play. So they're giving this rookie some freedom to check in and out. Randall runs into the rookie Robinson. Nicely done by Ryan Robinson to turn that back inside. And he played the pass well a moment ago, Tom, and now he plays the run well. But you and D.A. spent some time together, huh?
Well, we talked about it last year. We just went over what it's like to be a rookie coach and how you overwork yourself on things that are not really that important at the time. You just end up trying to do everything. And at the end of the year, you're totally exhausted. In the second year, you'll get a chance to back off on some things, and then you'll get more familiar with your staff. And I think that's helped him.
2nd and 12. Robinson able to split through a double team that time to make the tackle in the backfield. Here comes again a blitz from Gaither, and they force the throwaway. So the Raiders going after it. They blitzed the middle linebacker, Omar Gaither, Jim, and he was able to force that quick throw by Stevens into the ground.
And that's Jason Tarver, the defensive coordinator for you. That's what he likes to do, put pressure on the quarterback, come after you. Don't sit back, be aggressive. That's what he's doing tonight.
That time he activated the middle linebacker.
Yes.
And you said, Tom, this team, they don't have a pure pass rusher.
No.
They're going to move Lamar Houston from left end to right end, the open side, away from the tight end. He's a good player, but he's not DeMarcus Ware. You're going to have to bring some second and third level guys to get to the quarterback.
Well, that's true, and that's why it's so important to have the good corners that they hope they have right now.
Play clock at 1. Stevens barely beats the clock, throws out left. Catch, run, first down, Cowboys. That's Darrell Green's son, Jared Green, ends the third quarter with a nice catch and run there. On a 3rd down and 11, he picks up 13 yards.
That'll be end of the third quarter.
3 quarters here in Oakland. Bryce Butler with the big touchdown in that third quarter after Young's interception. McGloin to Butler, and the Raiders have the lead at 16-10 on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. We start the fourth quarter here at the O.Co Coliseum, and the Raiders lead the Cowboys 16-10. This broadcast of Raider football brought to you in part by Elmer's Glue. Try new Pro Bond Advance from Elmer's. Strong, versatile, weatherproof, and it doesn't foam when it cures, so you get all the hold with none of the mess. New Pro Bond Advanced from Elmer's. Freddie Biletnikoff didn't use Elmer's Glue, did he? It was just pure stickum. There's the handoff to Randall coming wide left. And he does not get much. The Raiders gang tackle there. A lot of black jerseys all over the play. They will single out the defensive back, Chance Casey, number 37, a rookie free agent from Baylor. Who has been very impressive up in Napa. Watch 37 here. Looked like Lester the Molester Plunk. He's wearing Lester's number.
He is, and he got in the backfield, pushed that receiver way back there and helped make the tackle. Good play.
Who had more Elmer's Glue on him to stick him? Freddie B. or Lester Hayes?
It's pretty close.
But I think Lester. Lester had it from his hands, his jersey, all the way down to his toes.
They were never allowed to shake hands, otherwise they just stick to each other and couldn't play the game. 2nd down for Nick Stevens on the Raider 30. Blitz! Throw out left and a drop. Raiders that time activated Kalen Burnett. And that forced the hot one out left, and Tim Bedford let that ball go right through his hands for a drop. Quarterback got tagged there. He released the ball.
It's going to be our new word for the year, activate.
That's our rule. That is it.
Yeah.
That was last year. Jason Tarver, when he sends a blitzer, he is called activating him.
Yeah, but he used it so many times in our meeting. Well, he was ready.
He's activated himself, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
He is fired up, the Raider young defensive coordinator. He's got a lot of energy and a lot of smarts. And around college football and pro football a long time. Stevens throws a slant. This one's caught for a Dallas first down inside the red zone. This one, Bedford Tom could not drop. That ball was delivered by the quarterback right between the 1 and the 6.
Yeah, he got inside Jones with that Taiwan, and Taiwan played him just too careful on the outside. Didn't close fast enough.
Nice throw by Nick Stevens. Taiwan Jones now playing at corner. He is converted. Reggie McKenzie saw him in school, Eastern Washington, and said this guy's a corner more than a running back. They tried him at running back. He dropped the ball. He couldn't stay healthy, and he says it's natural for him. He's a great athlete, but a lot to learn. They fake the end around the ghost motion, inside handoff to Randall. He slips and slides and reaches the 15-yard line. That's a tough conversion, though. Running back to cornerback in the NFL.
That certainly is, yeah. But he seems more natural out there, more confident. He's got the ability, and plus you have to remember one thing that he has in his favor. He's a great special teams guy.
Well, he's going to be, he'll make this football team as a gunner. He's a core special teamer and a difference maker on teams. He's got a long way to go mentally to pick it up, but he is just a great athlete. 2nd and 9. Cowboys on this lengthy drive at the Raiders' 16-yard line trying to take the lead back. Raiders up 16-10 early 4th quarter. Crossing route wide open, caught by Green. Nice open field tackle. Fumble or down. Down is the call. That's Chance Casey who made the tackle and almost got that ball out before it hit the ground, but they do say he is down by contact.
You're right, Chance Casey's making some plays tonight. He reads the crossing route, closes on it hard, and it causes a fumble, but unfortunately he was ruled down.
Put his hat right on the ball there trying to knock it out, and he was down, Green, before Casey could get it out. Casey, a rookie free agent out of Baylor where he was a 4-year starter. And he just makes plays, Tom. In Napa, the OTAs, 37s all over the place.
Yeah, they're pretty tough when they come out of Baylor.
3rd and 8 for Dallas on the Raider 13-yard line. They're going to activate Omar Gaither. Now he drops back. There's a blitz from Casey, though. It's going to be a Dallas touchdown here as the Cowboys beat the blitz and get it into the end zone or down at the 1-yard line. I'm going to say at the 1-yard line is the catch and run. Nicely done by Stevens as he lobbed that over the top, and the catch was made there by Anthony Amos, and he takes it right down to the goal line.
Yeah, somebody just came all the way across the formation uncovered, and when you have a blitz like that, somebody's got to be on that guy, or somebody's got to pick him up as he comes across.
His elbow was down before he touched down. They could challenge that, but I think they would say the officials got the right calls. Brandon Ross made the tackle. His elbow was down. Did the ball, though, extend over the pylon before, over the goal line? Would have been very close. I think they are going to challenge. Yeah, Dallas, Jason Garrett is going to challenge here. And I'm not sure we have a camera right on the goal line that'll show it or not. His elbow hit, but as he's extending the ball, if it just touches that imaginary goal line.
The ruling on the field of down by contact. Timeout.
There would be a touchdown, so that's worth a review in the preseason for Jason Garrett. We'll see. It's either a Dallas touchdown or 1st and goal from the 1-inch line when we come back to Oakland on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Our referee tonight is Bill Vinovich, who was a former West Region supervisor of officials, so he knows how to look at replays. It's interesting here, as you look at Amos, he does touch down with his hand and then the forearm, but it's more the elbow. When does the elbow hit? Right there. And does he have the ball across the goal line? That angle's not clear, but there's a better one right here, guys. Let's take a look and see.
Well, the elbow's down.
He's not down yet. He's down there.
So it's short. 1 foot line.
Yeah, here's Bill
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Dallas is charged his 2nd timeout.
Now, I didn't explain it as though the ruling on the field is confirmed. He just says it stands because there's none of the visual evidence to overturn it. That camera angle we have is not right down the goal line, so there's a bit of an optical illusion. What's that smirk there from Jason Garrett? Is he buying it or not?
Probably not. You know, coaches are never wrong.
He's saying the same thing. It's when the elbow hits the ground, not the top of the arm. There's a point there where the forearm comes into play. It's preseason. Try to get in from the inch line.
Yeah, he just signed a new contract, so
he's saying, I don't have a fullback on my roster. How do we get in here? This is Dallas's 14th play of the drive. 1st and goal from inside the 1. Joseph Randall gets airborne, and this time he's in. Touchdown, Dallas. And they have tied the game at 16 with the extra point upcoming.
But I thought it was a very good defensive push by the Raiders that time. They got in the backfield. They tackled him actually in the backfield, but he's able to stretch across.
Yeah, Gaither hit him there, and then he extended the ball. He started losing the ball, and he just kept it long enough to get it over the end zone. He clearly broke the plane. But Omar Gaither jumped in there, looked good.
Yeah, it did. Very well played.
Well, here's the extra point coming for the Cowboys to try to give them a 1-point lead. And they have it. Dan Bailey, who has been really clutch for them his 2 years as a kicker, who tied the franchise record of 7 game-winning field goals in his career in just a couple of years. So he makes the extra point. Randall the touchdown, and the Cowboys lead by a point. 11:07 to play at Oakland on the Raiders.
I had a lot of people when I first came in the league to help me. And I have to mention just a few names quickly. The late Al Davis, I don't know why he befriended me, but he advised me over a number of years.
Yeah, the great Bill Parcells and Al were very, very close. And Coach Parcells, congratulations to Bill Parcells, went in the Hall of Fame this past weekend, last Saturday, gave a great speech. Larry Allen, also the Cowboy All-Pro left guard. He was here tonight, by the way, to watch the Raiders and Cowboys play. He went in as well.
Went to school right up the street here.
Sonoma State.
Yeah.
And his son is going to play with Reggie McKenzie's son at De La Salle High School. There's Greg Jenkins, former college wide receiver, trying to make the league as a college quarterback, a wide receiver. This will help. He'll run out to midfield. Nice return there by Greg Jenkins. 50-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, he got scooted right away. I mean, he didn't waste any time of hitting the hole, and it was nice blocking on that time. That return.
Quarterback at Alabama State,
Those quarterbacks can run.
Nobody lays a finger on him.
Not until he gets about 50 yards down the field, but very fine return. He makes the decision. He goes straight up the field, no hesitation. That's what you have to do on these kickoff returns and punt returns.
And the Raiders are using their 4th quarterback of the game. This is Tyler Wilson now in a quarterback, the Raiders' 4th-round selection, number 112 overall in the April draft out of Arkansas. Play action, pressured, and he's going to get sacked on his first play. Back to the Raider 44-yard line. That is Dion Lacey, the strong side linebacker, who came out of blitz and throws down Tyler Wilson.
I talked to Tyler up in Napa training camp a little bit to see how he was feeling about what was going on. He says it's a lot to learn. He's a little behind. He admits that, and he's trying to play catch up right now.
We spoke to Coach this week, Coach Flores, Coach Allen, and he said the reason he's behind mentally the last play, he doesn't get the team into the proper protections and the sophisticated blocking scheme compared to the college ranks. Murray breaks one tackle. The flag is down, and Murray is out to the Dallas 45-yard line, but the flag is down to the Raider offensive backfield. Here's Bill Vinovich.
Holding. Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That is Andrew Robisky, who is the brother of Brian Robisky, former Cleveland Brown, and the son of Terry Robisky, a former Raider running back and a longtime coach in the NFL.
Yep.
And with the Raiders for many years as a coach. Well, he's got 2 sons that trying to make the NFL. Terry, very proud of Brian, a receiver. Went to Ohio State, and Andrew went to Western Illinois, a rookie free agent this year. Didn't help that he held there, though. The Raiders are back on their 34. Quick throw by Wilson. That's a bad one to Sessions, and let him a little bit too long there on the slant.
And that's what you don't want to do in a slant, because then you're running right into the safety, and he's liable to just knock your head right off. Not a good throw, just a little bit of ahead of him on that pass.
It may be pressing time. This guy can make all the throws. Throwing the football in a pass like that's not his problem. He can make that throw.
That was just it was a little out, too far out to reach. Had he got that ball in a little bit more to the stomach, then there would have been some running room.
Raiders have gotten good quarterback play from Flynn prior in the groin. Now it's on to Wilson. And he'll throw back across the formation to Connor Vernon. And the Raiders will have to punt here. Well, he got pressure there and rolled to his right, threw back left. Vernon, the rookie free agent out of Duke, where he put up tremendous numbers for the Blue Devil program.
Yeah, he was the leader in the ACC, wasn't he?
And he shattered all the records. He had a tremendous career there. 283 catches in his 4 years at Duke, a 3-time second-team All-ACC pick. Here's Marquette King. He's so excited to punt the football here. This guy has a powerful leg. Saw him last year in training camp, and Leckler was out to injury. He's tightened up his release much quicker, and he could blast it very high. It's a good punt. And fumbled. He got it up so high, it's muffed. It's free. The Raiders may have it on the Dallas 9-yard line. They do.
Whoa.
What a blast there by Marquette King. That ball was up so high and so long, it got muffed.
And that's one of the things they said about Marquette King. He's got a much stronger leg than Kluwe, but he's not as consistent as Kluwe. But that time he just let one go. Obviously it was misjudged, and the Raiders recovered.
Yeah, E.W. Webb just muffed it, Tom.
Yeah, it was up there a long time. That thing just, he just misjudged it. Muffed it. Nice recovery, too.
Eric Harper recovers for the Raiders. It was only a 42-yard punt. It seemed further, but it was up so high in the air that Webb just lost sight of it and then dropped it. He muffed it. That could be a game-changing play. First and goal, 9-yard line. Latavius Murray will bang down to the 5 as he broke a tackle there at the point at the line of scrimmage and showed some power on the inside run. Second down and goal. Raiders trying to take the lead back here with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play.
I don't even know some of these names in there.
Connor Vernon just went back in at receiver.
We have John Wetzel in at right tackle. Lamar Mady is in at right guard. Raiders have gone to their third string O-line. Willie Smith is in. He played a lot of right tackle for the Raiders last year, playing left tackle. Again behind. He threw badly behind Session on the slant route.
Yeah.
Just did not lead him and threw behind him.
They got what they wanted. They got what they wanted, Gray. They had 3 receivers on the right side and 1 on the left side, and they had man-to-man there. That's the guy you want to go to because he's got all that room to the inside.
Yeah, just a bad throw. He's probably a little excited to be out there. His first game in the NFL.
Now, this is unlike him in the OTAs, the minicamps. His arm is arguably the best throwing arm of the 4. He's just a little rattled right now. That slant cannot be behind the receiver. Third and goal. Throws middle into coverage. Murray, did he have it long enough for a catch? Fumble? No, they're going to say no catch. That's a no catch, which will still give the Raiders a field goal to take the lead, which is a good thing. As Murray only had it for a second and the ball was popped out of there, so it's an incomplete pass. And the Raiders will go for a field goal to take the lead back.
Yeah, that was just a poor throw. A poor choice of throw, really. And he's backing up a little bit off balance. The ball was very weak when it did go, even though it did hit him in the hands.
But there was a crowd.
Catch the ball, Tom.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah. Come on, catch it.
That Sterling Moore dislodged it. He knocked it away from Lee Evans in the AFC title game as a Patriot against Baltimore to get him into the Super Bowl. There's a 23-yarder from Carmona. He made a 42-yarder earlier, and he will split the upright. So I'm giving those 3 points to Marquette King. What do you think? That punt that was up so high, more of a Ray Guy punt than a Shane Leckler punt, forces them up, and the Raiders get 3 and have the lead. 19-17 on the Raiders broadcasting there with 4 field goals and a touchdown from Bryce Butler. And they lead now 19-17. Carmona with the last 2 field goals from 23 a moment ago and 42 yards out earlier. Janikowski made a 51-yarder and a 40-yarder back in the first half. Carmona to Joseph Randall, the rookie running back, 2 yards deep, 20. And he's out to around the 23-yard line as we check in with JT downstairs.
Thank you, Greg. I talked to John Kondo before the game about his contract extension. He'll be locked up for a while. He is thrilled to be a Raider, and the way he conducts himself on the field and off the field, up in Napa, he's interacting, Greg, with all the fans, and he's just so happy for what Mark Davis and Reggie McKenzie did for him and the security as an NFL player. Great to have John Kondo a Raider for a long time to come, Greg.
Actually began his career as a Cowboy in 2005, 3 games there, now 7th year with the Raiders, a 2-time Pro Bowler in 09 and 2011, and now a 3-year contract extension for Kondo right after they gave Seabass a 4-year extension. Cowboys have a new quarterback in the game. This is Alex Tanney, who is now in a first-year quarterback out of Monmouth, not the one in New Jersey where Miles Austin went, but the one in Illinois. And did he put up some tremendous college numbers from? He flew for over 14,000 yards in college and 157 touchdowns, the most in any division in the history of college football.
And 14,000 yards, my goodness.
Wow. I think he was there 7 or 8 years. 14,000 in a college career. There's Randall stopping in the hole. And Chance Casey again makes the play. 37's all over the field. Very impressive, whether it's coverage or getting nosy in the run game time.
Yeah, he was up. As soon as he read that, he closed from the outside and had good leverage all the way.
But I thought Shelton Jordan came up, number 42, and knocked the blocker right back into the running back and helped make that play as well.
3rd down and 4, Cowboys. We have under 7 minutes to play in the game. Raiders up 19-17. Alex Tanney was a rookie free agent to the Chiefs last year. There's pressure. Throws over the middle. It's incomplete. He went for Dante Rosario, the tight end. Long-time NFL starter with Carolina, and most recently with San Diego, Miami, and Denver as well. And that'll force the punt as Kalen Burnett got in there.
But I'm happy the Raiders are getting the ball back to give Tyler Wilson another chance to get underneath center and make some plays. Certainly he must be nervous.
Greg Jenkins back to return the punt after his 50-yard kickoff return. This is Chris Jones, the left-footed punter, who only punted for the Cowboys 4 games last year. That one came off the side of the foot. It'll take a friendly bounce to Jenkins, though. And he scoots the sideline. Jenkins, a former college quarterback, with a 12-yard return after a 50-yard punt by Jones, who missed 12 games a year ago with the knee injury. So Tyler Wilson will get his second crack, actually his 3rd crack at it, when we come back. Raiders up 2, late 4th quarter on the Raiders Broadcasting Network. Tyler Wilson is the Raiders' 4th quarterback tonight. Matt Flynn was 4 out of 5 for 37 yards. Did have that lost sack on the fumble. Terrell Pryor was 6 of 10 for 88 yards. He also ran 3 times for 31. Matt McLaurin was 4 of 7 for 78 yards, and he threw the touchdown pass to Bryce Butler. Tyler Wilson just 1 for 4, 7 yards on his first 2 series, gets a 3rd. Here's Deontay Williams in the game now as the later featured running back. Makes a tackle, comes off the left side, and picks up a couple of yards. Deontay Williams out of Cal Poly, a rookie free agent who has impressed in camp.
3 to 35, 2nd and 7.
Was not allowed to compete in the OTAs and the minicamps because his class had not graduated. That put him behind. But once he got to Napa, he's a shifty runner. Where are they putting him, Tom, at left tackle? Now they're shifting.
No, I don't think so.
And he started off just off the left tackle as an extra tight end. Cowboys may have jumped off sides. Tyler Wilson gets it away, and it's caught there by Session. No flag. Well, they had some real rolling defensive tackles there, and Wilson got that out nicely, Jim.
And I think they've done that a couple of times, though. It looked like it was an offsides, but no flag was thrown. But you're right. Tyler Wilson got his opportunity. He had a good out pattern. There he goes. Good technique. Steps into the throw. Puts it right on the money.
Preseason for the officials. Now, Landon Cohen jumped in the neutral zone.
Yeah, the right guard didn't even get off the ball. And he didn't even move. That was Matty.
Dennis Allen had his flag like he was going to challenge that.
Yeah, I thought so. He had it in his right hand. He's ready to throw it.
Can he challenge that play? And the guy jumps in the neutral zone, free snap. And now they're all jumping in the neutral zone. They're not happy here.
This is an offsides, though.
It's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, it's on the defense. Jason Foster, the Raider left guard, got into it. This one was pretty blatant encroachment.
Yeah, so was the other one, actually. But,
This one actually got called by Bill Vinovich's crew.
But, these guys are all...
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. Results in a 1st down.
Landon Cohen skated on the first one. He's not going to get this one. Talk about a trigger finger.
But, these guys are all fighting for a job. It's very emotional down there. They want to do, the best they can, show what they've got to these coaches, hopefully make a team or be seen by another team somewhere down the line.
Smart play by the offensive lineman, Jason Foster, time. If he's going to jump in the neutral zone, the O-lineman should activate and touch him.
Yeah.
And make sure they call it. There's the handoff here now on the run to Deontay Williams. Oakland Raider football brought to you in part, boys, by the Home Depot. You can get a lot more bathroom for your buck with stylish bath products at guaranteed low prices. You can finally retile that floor, revamp that vanity, or rethink that shower. Visit homedepot.com/bath for more details. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Well, the Raiders have 3 quarterbacks on the roster now. Most teams keep 3 at the most. Some even keep 2. And they do have a practice squad. There's the inside handoff to Latavius Murray. And he will push out across midfield. Now, Tyler Wilson was a drafted player, guys, and a pretty high draft pick. He was a 4th-round pick. So we shall see. Matt McGloin, the undrafted guys, kind of pushed things here and made it interesting behind Flynn and Pryor.
Yeah, he has. He moved up. Right now he's listed 3rd in the depth chart, and rightfully so. That's where he belongs.
Tyler Wilson had some great years at Arkansas 2 years ago when Bobby Petrino was the coach there his junior year. Threw for over 3,600 yards and 24 touchdowns. His numbers slid back a little bit last year when Petrino was forced out. Wilson throws, catch, session, first down, Raiders on the Cowboy 31. So it took him a couple of throws to settle in, and Jim, and now we're seeing the talent of Tyler Wilson.
Oh, yeah, it was a very fine throw right there. Good technique, though. He's used to dropping back and throwing the ball down the field, and that time, though, to me, it almost looked like he aimed it. He didn't want to throw any more, make any more errant throws, but a good play by Tyler Wilson and a good catch also.
Raiders on the Dallas 31 now. Cowboys have a timeout left, and they do have a 2-minute warning, but a couple of first downs here, and the Raiders will win this preseason game. Latavius Murray is the featured back. They give it to him off the right side, and he is buried down on the dirt around the 28-yard line for a gain of a couple.
Number 34.
Raiders will go back up to Napa. They're going to have tomorrow off, but they'll be back on the practice field on Sunday in their training camp home of beautiful Napa Valley, California. They'll fly to New Orleans next Thursday, and we'll play the Saints inside the Superdome on Friday night, a week from tonight.
Looking forward to that.
And so is Dennis Allen. He won a Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints. He knows that staff well with Sean Payton and those guys.
And we won a Super Bowl in New Orleans ourselves.
You did.
Right. Come on. The Raiders are going to let this thing run down.
With a 2-minute warning.
Well, I don't think they can. They're going to have to call time.
Oh, you've got 2:03.
Second charge timeout.
Timeout Raiders.
Oakland.
Well, the Raiders have
30-second timeout.
1 timeout left. They did not want to run a play there. They wanted to run it down, then call timeout. Interesting way to handle that. So with 2:03 to play, and we'll run this second down play. So it seems Dallas is content not to call timeouts, Tom. So 1 more first down to essentially end this football game. And even though it's only the preseason, I think the Raiders are trying to set the tone right away if they're going to win football games this year.
Well, the one thing that stands out in my mind is that even though it's preseason, it's not a real sloppy game. You watched that game last night on television, and that was a sloppy game. I mean, that was full of nothings. And this was a pretty good, well-played game for the first time, I think.
And one of the things I noticed also, there wasn't a whole lot of trouble with substitutions. They came in and on and off the field, very, very well.
Raiders only had 3 penalties in the game for 30 yards. They did turn the ball over twice. There's Latavius Murray, and that will take us now to the 2-minute warning. And we hit it with exactly 1:57 to play in the game. Raiders 19.
That is a 2-minute warning.
The Dallas Cowboys 17 on the Oakland Raiders Broadcasting Network. Welcome back to the O.co Coliseum. Greg Papa, Jim Plunkett, Tom Flores upstairs, JT downstairs, along with a cameo from our new partner Lincoln Kennedy. So, Tom, it's 3rd and 5 here with 1:57 to play, and Dallas has 1 timeout. So a first down ends the football game here. So see what they called on 3rd and 5.
Well, they're in the passing formation, so that gives you one clue.
If they're going to throw it. Raiders 8 of 4. Oh, they just all started. Not a good thing here. That'll make it a 3rd and 10.
Start.
Jason Foster.
Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
And that's the Raiders' 4th penalty of the game.
You want me to let you know what they were going to do? They were going to run the ball.
I was kind of wondering what they were going to do.
That was going to be a run.
Well, they might have.
Foster.
The way he fired out there.
No, he wanted to get going on his pull.
So Raiders are 8 of 14 on 3rd down, which is
pretty good night.
Most impressive. This one will be harder to pick up. It'll be 3rd down and 10. They're back on the 31-yard line, so the field goal here would be a little longer for Carmona. Inside handoff to Latavius Murray, and he gets tackled at the 28-yard line. So now it is 4th down.
3rd and final timeout. Dallas
calls timeout.
Timeout.
Cowboys want to win this game. The Raiders are going to send out Carmona for a field goal here to try to make it a 5-point game. We're going downstairs to JT again.
Thank you, Greg. Football's fabulous. Females are back, and I have the cover model of the 2014 Raiderette calendar. Raiderette Tory, how about that? This is an amazing calendar this year, on sale at all Raider Image stores or at Raiders.com. The 16-month calendar is a great gift for that Raider fan in your life. Get yours today. Back to you, Greg.
So many great shots, they had to make it a 16-month calendar.
Yeah, I didn't know there were 16 months.
Beautiful.
Wait a minute.
Does it really matter?
No.
We can take 2 Aprils, 2 Julys.
It doesn't matter.
46-yarder here for Carmona. Now, if he makes the field goal, you got a 5-point lead. You got to kick off to him. If he misses the field goal, Dallas takes over from the spot of the miss, which would be their own 36-yard line, and the field goal could beat the Raiders. So a little pressure here for Carmona. King will hold. Carmona has it away. He has the distance, and it is no good. So Eddie Carmona misses. That false start by Jason Foster kind of turned things around here late in the game.
Yeah, this is a tough place to give them the ball, although our defense is playing pretty well right now against their substitute people. But you know, it could have gone either way.
All right, let's check out our play of the game. It is brought to you by your local Nissan dealers, and it's that man's touchdown catch, Bryce Butler. He caught a 40-yarder to begin that drive, and then a tremendous 30-yard catch, and he beat Sterling Moore, the one-time Raider and Patriot. Crossing route, Omar Gaither, good coverage there on Dante Rosario. And he got inside on Sterling Moore, and watch him catch the back point of the ball. What a catch. That's big time.
Great throw and catch. You're absolutely right.
And he secured that. He was able to, well, he's got some strong hands to pull that ball in before he hit the ground and have the ball touch the ground or dislodge when it hit the end zone turf. That's a big play. So Butler has been one of the most impressive young players in camp and during the OTAs in Alameda, and good to show up in an actual preseason game. There's Tanny back on 2nd down, throwing out right, but right past Tywan Jones. Looked like Tywan could have knocked that ball away, but he didn't get his hand up, and Jared Green wound up dropping it. Daryl's son on the sideline. 3rd down coming up. Tanny threw a rope there that Tywan could not react to and knock away. 3rd down and 10 for the Cowboys. Raider Nation wants a victory over the Cowboys tonight. Tanny in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right, 4-man pressure. Tanny being chased out by Robinson. Bass going after him, throws, deflected up in the air, incomplete. Tywan Jones knocked it away.
Nice play by Tywan. He just takes his man, he jams him, and then drops back into his own coverage, and then makes a great recovery and closes the gap quickly.
And the ball was delivered late. Tanny had to run out of the pocket, give himself some more time. By the time Tywan Jones turned around, he was able to make the play.
1 play away from a Raider victory here over the Cowboys. 4th and 10, Dallas. Tanny in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Raiders rush 4 and drop 7. Tanny over the middle. It is struck by Green. The Raiders will win the football game. Jared Green had it on his fingertips in Raider territory, could not reel it in, and the Raiders will kneel down a couple of times and win this football game 19-17.
Chance Casey almost intercepted his ball right there. It went through his hands.
Went through his hands first. Yeah, he got a little piece of that ball. Maybe that was the reason that ball was dropped.
Chance Casey's had a terrific game. I think it just grazed the tip of his fingertips, his gloves, and that forced Green to bobble it and ultimately drop it. Chance Casey, boy, he played well. As far as the third string defenders, Jim, he may have been the star.
He might have been. You know, he did a lot of good plays, both in the run and passing game.
Tyler Wilson will take a knee. Any coach's favorite play, the victory play, and the Raiders, Tom, will win today. So, as you say, they had a couple of turnovers in the first half. Matt Flynn, a sack fumble, and Terrell Pryor, a red zone interception in the end zone, but not a lot of penalties, and overall, I think Dennis Allen's going to be very happy with the way his team played tonight.
Yeah, everybody got to play. Everybody got enough plays, I think. And when you talk about Chance Casey is listed as a 4.42 40. That's pretty good speed.
And he has good instincts for the ball and plays the run well. Tyler Wilson will take a knee, and he's going to have to do that one more time. Yeah, the play clock is just a couple of seconds done. So Jason Garrett and the Cowboys will fly back to Oxnard. They have one more road game to go, and they'll finish up with a couple of home games to wind up the preseason. Wade Wilson, also a former Raider quarterback. Number 25, Bingo Cross, the touchdown pass to James Jett Plunk to beat the Chargers many years ago.
I remember it well.
John Gruden was the head coach. Tyler Wilson will take the knee here, and that will be the football game. So Flynn was good, Pryor was real good, McLaurin got him in the end zone, and the Raiders win it. 19-17 the final, Dennis Allen, and the Raiders defeat Jason Garrett and the Dallas Cowboys. Coach Flores and I are going over to radio to wrap up the radio side of the simulcast on television. JT will take things over from field level. Plunk, thanks for your night. We'll see you in New Orleans.
Hey, it was a good way to start the season, though.
Preseason or not, I hear. 19-17, Raiders over the Cowboys on the Raiders Broadcasting Network.